Here's the first thing you're gonna do, Lee.
Oh gosh.
We're gonna read that.
Up until.
All the way to the end.
I guess you just tell me when. I guess when. Because the game starts, I guess. I haven't had anything to eat, so.
Right into the mic.
Just give me the thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Just give me the thumbs up.
What?
Just on?
Yeah, yeah. And hello again, everybody. David Clary along with Lee Wexler, Christian Rosas Rodriguez here at Karns High School. The Oak Ridge High School Wildcats and Lady Wildcats getting set to take on the Karns Beavers, our sponsors for tonight's game. Let me get that out of the way right away. Tim Bank of Oak Ridge, along with the Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group, and the Oak Ridge Pharmacy. We are live here at Karns High School. We're also streaming on YouTube today on Prep Radio. You can look for it on Prep Radio. We're on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and we're also on prepradio.com. To tell us a little bit more about this ball game, here is Lee Wexler.
All right, thank you, David. Tonight's games with Karns complete the first go-around with District 3 teams for Oak Ridge, and through the first half, the Wildcats have fared very well. Coming into tonight's games, both Oak Ridge teams are undefeated and in first place in the standings. Oak Ridge has completed the season series with Halls and Central already, while tonight is the first meeting with Karns. This is the makeup game for the December 10th game that was postponed due to snow. In our first game of the night, the Lady Wildcats try to win their 20th game of the season facing a 2-16 Karns team. Oak Ridge has won at least 20 games a season under Coach Paige Redman in her first 4 years, and 3 times Oak Ridge has won 30 or more games. Last season, the Lady Wildcats went 34-3. Lady Wildcats enter this game at 8-0 in the district, and as I mentioned, they are leading the district, but only by a slim 1 game over Powell. Powell has 1 district loss on the season, and that was to the Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge and Powell will have their final showdown of the regular season on Tuesday night at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge also has a regular season game up in Campbell County, too. The district is far from being wrapped up by Oak Ridge. Karns has improved somewhat this season. They have already equaled their win total from last year with 2 wins. Those wins came over Gibbs and Anderson County. Karns went 2-24 last season. The Lady Beavers haven't had a winning season since the 2006-2007 season when they went 12-7. That record was good enough to advance to the region tournament, their last appearance in the region. Oak Ridge has dominated the Lady Beavers recently, winning 27 in a row, dating back to 60-54 loss here at Karns in 2007. Karns lost last season's game 84-24 at Oak Ridge and 94-19 here at Karns. In that game, Jada Ginn set the all-time single-game scoring record with 45 points. Oak Ridge leads the series 89-12 since 1976. We are just minutes away from tonight's game, sponsored by 10 Bank of Oak Ridge and ORUD. We'll be back to Karns with the Oak Ridge Pharmacy starting lineups and the tip-off in a moment.
Good job.
I said ORUD.
I'll say this later, I guess. All right. Better pray someone shows up. I mispronounced one of the scores on here. I said I was supposed to announce a score, and I had announced it as a record. I was like 60-54. I was like, whoops, that's a score. You can't play 100-something games in it. Is she really? See, I missed the worst part of setting up. I get here when it's all set up. I parked like way out there. I came in the front and wiggled my way through here. I figured.
Welcome back once again to Karns High School. The Lady Wildcats and the Lady Beavers are warming up here in front of us. The two teams, this is a makeup ball game, as Lee said, from the December 10th ball game where we had a little bit of snow and caused the Knox County schools to get out, so they postponed the ball game. As Lee also mentioned, the Lady Wildcats have totally dominated this series as of late. Lee, before you were born, long before you were born, back in the, I guess it would be the late 70s, this Karns team, girls team, had some girls that actually played for the Lady Vols, and they actually were an outstanding team, went to the state championship game one year. It's been a long, long time ago, though. So, you know, what I'm expecting tonight is basically what we saw on Tuesday night in the Halls ball game, where Oak Ridge just came out strong, dominated early, and played a lot of young players. That's what I'm expecting tonight.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm expecting a little bit of a dominance on Oak Ridge's behalf. As we got just under a minute before we're going to start here.
And the two teams are getting set. We're going to have the starting lineups here in a few short moments. Paige Redmond is the head coach of the Lady Wildcats. She is in her 5th year as the head coach. Her very first year, played your Riverdale Lady Warriors in the state championship ball game, losing that ball game. That was her first year ever coaching high school ball.
I remember that game well, David. I was there in the stands in our loud Riverdale student section, and but you know that was in the past, and I'm here for Oak Ridge.
Hey, we appreciate that, Lee. We're going to take another quick break. It's Oak Ridge and Karns. We're on YouTube streaming at Prep Radio. We're on prepradio.com. We're on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15 as well. It's Oak Ridge and Karns, and we'll be back. It looks like we're about to have the national anthem here from Karns High School, and we'll be back to Karns with the starting lineups and the tip-off of this ball game in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, the colors are presented tonight by members of the Karns High School Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard. The left rifle, Cadet Natalie Roberts. Carrying the American flag, the Color Guard Commander, Cadet Jeanne Santos. And carrying the right rifle, Cadet Destiny Hamilton. Now, to honor America, we ask that you please remain standing as Colette Lucas sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
We ask that you please remain standing until the Color Guard clears the floor. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you once again to Karns High School for tonight's district matchup between the Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats and your Karns Lady Beavers.
Welcome back once again to Karns High School. David Clary along with Lee Wexler, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, as we get ready to have the starting lineups. Kamari Mitchell-Steen, and these starting lineups are brought to you by the Oak Ridge Pharmacy. Also starting tonight will be sophomore Samaj Clark. Had an opportunity to speak to her last night on the TV show. Also starting for the Lady Wildcats will be Brianna Dunbar, and Oak Ridge senior Rajay Eccles will be the fourth starter, and the fifth starter will be Hope Holt. We're on prepradio.com. We're on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're going to take one more break. It's Oak Ridge and the Lady Beavers. We'll be back to Karns in a moment.
Number 33, sophomore Madeline Munt. Number 44, freshman Lily Richter. Starting to coach by Dr. Robinson. Assistant by Tom Munt, Todd Munt, and Rachel Robinson.
Welcome back once again to Karns High School. About to get underway here. The Lady Wildcats wearing their road grays with cardinal and white trim. The Lady Beavers are wearing their white jerseys with blue trim. About to get underway here. The officials are set. A nice crowd forming here on this makeup ball game here. It'll be Rajay Eccles to jump for the Lady Wildcats. Ball is up, controlled by Oak Ridge, and we are underway. With the basketball comes Samaj Clark, right extension of the free throw line, kicks it out to Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Around to the horn it goes once again to Hope Holt, goes inside for a shot, which is up good. Rajay Eccles scores the first 2 points of the game, and down the floor with the basketball will come the Lady Beavers. 2-0 our score. They break the press with ease. Work the ball down the floor. Should have a layup. Here it is. No good. Before that, a travel is going to be called against their player, number 33. It'll be a turnover, and Oak Ridge will have the basketball coming down the floor. With it across the way will come Brianna Dunbar. Dunbar walks the ball across the midcourt line. Continues to dribble. Over it goes on the right side. Backs up over to the right side of Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Takes one dribble. Goes in for the shot. No good. On the rebound, Rajay Eccles. Up. No good. Tries to shoot again, but has to back it up to Hope Holt. Around the left side, it goes to Dunbar. Dunbar shoots a three. Up. No good. Battles and grabs her own rebound for a moment. Taken away by Karns. Here come the Lady Beavers. Moving left to right in a 2-0 ball game. 7 minutes to play here in the first period. With the basketball once again will come the Lady Beavers. Here's a steal by Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Coming back the other way, she's going to get a layup. Left-handed off the glass. Good. Kamari scores her first 2 points. And down the floor with the basketball will come the Lady Beavers. They break the press again. Lady Wildcats not doing a really good job at all guarding in the rear court, but then another turnover by the Lady Beavers. Oak Ridge ball on top 4-0, 6:38 to play. Actually a couple breakdowns on the Oak Ridge defense here to start this one. Down the floor with the basketball will come Hope Holt. She works the ball cross court with a bad pass. It's intercepted. Lady Wildcats not exactly into it, I don't think, as the Wildcats work it out to Brianna Dunbar after the steal. Brianna's going to drive coast to coast, get a layup, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Beavers. With the basketball will come Karns. Coming down the floor, it comes to Kylie Scarborough. She's going to walk the ball across the midcourt line, met there by Dunbar. She lobs the ball down low and throws the ball away, intercepted by Hope Holt. Hope Holt pushes it up to Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Left-handed layup off the glass is good. Kamari has 4 points in the ball game, and down the floor will come the Lady Beavers. 5:55 to play. 6-0 is our score here from Karns High School on FM 92.7. Actually, prepradio.com. Oak Ridge Schools as Karns gets a shot up, no good. Very poor defense inside by the Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge is going to get a layup on the other end, though. Right-handed off the glass goes Rajay Eccles, and she scores her fourth, and Oak Ridge leads 8-0. Timeout called by Karns. 5 minutes, 38 seconds to play first quarter. We'll be back to Karns High School in 60 seconds.
No, but when I'm down here, it's all off.
Is it?
It's all off down here.
Yeah, when you set it up,
Down here's fine. Down there's fine. It's just, it's. But I don't know what else you can do.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I like to do at halftime is you go on your phone, like, take a picture of the scoreboard on the north side, so make sure we have it. Get the bloody on the line. Welcome back once again to Karns High School. Lady Wildcats on top by a score of 8-0 as we play here. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Lady Beavers. Here's a steal by Rajay Eccles. Intercepts the pass and brings it across the line. Comes across to Dunbar. Dunbar top of the circle. Dribbles right, gives it over to Samaj. Samaj shoots a three on its way from the corner. Good. 3-point shot for Samaj Clark, and that is her first 3 points of the game. And here's a near steal and another steal by Rajay Eccles to Dunbar. 11-0 our score. Brianna didn't have a shot, now does. Goes in for the shot, no good. The ball is knocked out of bounds by the Lady Beavers. 11-0 is our score. 5:10 to play here in the first period here at Karns High School. To work the ball in will be Hope Holt eventually. Tries to. Finally gets it into Brianna Dunbar. Back it goes to Hope in the right corner. Penetrates right. There's Bree for a three. On its way up there, a little strong. No good. Rebounded by Karns. Here come the Lady Beavers down the floor. They're going to walk the ball across the midcourt line. With it will come Kylie Scarborough once again. Scarborough cut off there by Hope Holt right in front of the Oak Ridge bench. Picks up her dribble. Swings the ball to the left side. Continuing to dribble, they work the ball across court. Off it goes to Scarborough. Scarborough then swings it back to the top of the circle to Anna Kate Richter. 4:42 to play, 11-0. The Lady Wildcats in the lead. Karns basketball, they throw the ball away. Intercepted by Hope Holt. Hope's going to drive down the floor, then have the ball stripped out of her hands. Last touch by, well, they say it was last touch by Oak Ridge, but it'll be Karns basketball coming back the other way. 11-0 our score, 4:29 to play here in the first period. Here's a steal by Dunbar. Dunbar is going to bring it across the way. Bree going to give it out to Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Dribbles the ball to the top of the circle, attacks to the free throw line, drives in the paint, drives it in, and scores. Kamari Mitchell-Steen now with 6 points in the ball game, and the Lady Wildcats lead Karns 13-0. And then here comes a trap set at the midcourt line, and a personal foul is going to be called either against Kamari or Samaj Clark. I think it's going to go against Samaj. 4:10 to play. We're in the first quarter. 13-0 is our score. Karns to work the ball in. Avery Lockhart works it in, top of the circle. Karns dribbles out. Earlier today, the Oak Ridge boys junior varsity won their game with ease, actually. Here's a deflection and a steal by Oak Ridge again. Wildcats have it. Talia Davis down the floor to Kamari. She drives in for the shot. Another layup. Kamari now has 8 points here in the first quarter, and Oak Ridge leads the Lady Beavers 15-0. 3:49 to play. They work the ball across the line, settling down low on the right block. They get a shot off. Not a bad-looking shot. It's up, no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. They push it up the floor to Rajay. One dribble, one shot, 2 points for Rajay Eccles, and the Lady Wildcats increase their lead to 17-0. 3:31 to play, and here's another steal by Oak Ridge, saved away by the Lady Wildcats. Kamari Mitchell-Steen goes in for the shot, missed it. Rebound Karns. Lady Beaver basketball. Really nice move, nifty move by Kamari, just couldn't finish the shot off. 3:15 to play, first quarter, 17-0 is our score. With the basketball will come the Lady Beavers, setting it up. Number 10 for them. She works the ball. That's Scarborough. Kicks the ball to the left side. Over goes to Lockhart. They launch a three. It's an air ball. No good. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Rajay Eccles. 3 minutes to play first quarter. Selena Pettis checking into the ball game. Checking in for them will come number 12. That'll be Hannah Bruce. As once again, it'll be Karns basketball underneath the goal. Trying to work it in. They do. And it comes to the right wing, out to the top of the circle. Karns setting up their offense. Here it goes. Hannah Bruce. I believe that's what our roster says anyway. Their roster up on the wall doesn't say the exact same thing. As they work the dribble to the right, top of the key, they lob it down low along the right block. They try to go inside for a shot. They do. It's no good. Karns gets the rebound back up. No good. They get the next rebound up. No good. Rebounded by the Lady Beavers. Karns then throws it away. Taken away by Dunbar. Dunbar to Talia Davis. Back to Dunbar. Right-handed shot. She got fouled. No call. But goes out of bounds. They say last touched, they say, by the Lady Beavers. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. They're sure letting them play a physical brand of ball here in the first quarter. 2:28 to play. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 17-0. Girls action here from Karns High School. Hope Holt to Brianna Dunbar, guns the three. It's up, good. 3-point shot for Brianna Dunbar, and that's her first 3 points. And the Lady Wildcats lead Karns 20-0. 2:13 to play in the first period with the basketball coming down the floor. Will come Karns. The Wildcats trap at the midcourt line. They throw the ball away. Intercepted by Dunbar. Dunbar drives, goes in for the shot, and there's the foul. Foul called against the Lady Beavers with 2:02 to play in the first quarter, and it is 20-0. Lady Wildcats to the free throw line will go Brianna Dunbar. Oak Ridge, the only undefeated team in the district. They come in at 8-0. Karns has one district win. It came over Anderson County. Free throw is on its way. It's up, and it is no good. Gracie Heron comes into the ball game for the first time. Kamari Mitchell-Steen and Hope Holt are out, so Oak Ridge playing with Samaj Clark, Talia Davis, Selena Pettis, along with Brianna Dunbar and Gracie Heron. 20-0 Oak Ridge. 2:02 to play. Free throw is good. Brianna now with a total of 4 points, and down the floor with the basketball once again will come the Lady Beavers. Minute 57 to play first quarter from Karns High School, a game you're listening to live on YouTube at Prep Radio. We're also on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. The basketball will come Karns. They throw a shot off the rim, no good. Rebounded Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats, Samaj Clark has it over to Talia Davis. Here comes Talia racing down the floor. Talia left side, Dunbar another three. It's open, it's up, it's no good. Gracie Heron on the rebound, no good. Missed that shot. Rebounded, kept alive by Pettis. Saved away by Talia Davis and knocked out of bounds by Oak Ridge. Minute 26 to play first quarter. Oak Ridge on top 21-0 here as we play here at Karns High School. Appreciate you listening to our broadcast wherever you might be. Whether you're watching it on YouTube or listening to us live on prepradio.com or Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Here's a steal by Samaj Clark. The sophomore gets a left-handed layup, no good. Rebounded by Talia Davis, up, no good. And then finally a whistle and a foul is called. I think the first foul should have been initially called, and it'll be Talia Davis going to the free throw line. Great start for Oak Ridge. It is 21-0. And going to the free throw line, once again, will go the Lady Wildcats 2 times. Talia's first shot is up there, good. Talia Davis has her first point of the ball game. Back to the free throw line she goes. 22-0 Oak Ridge, a minute 12 to play. Back to the line, up good. Talia knocks them both down. And Oak Ridge leads 23-0. Here comes Karns down the floor. Down to a minute 9 to play. They had some point-blank shots early that they missed, but really struggling right now as Karns sets it up once again with Hannah Bruce. Guarded by Brianna Dunbar. Swings the ball out to the top of the circle. Here it goes to Anna Kay Richter. Cut off there by Gracie Heron. Cannot shoot, cannot penetrate. Has to back it up with a pass over to Bruce. Bruce got it by Selena Pettis. Around to the horn it goes. They look inside. You got two players really crowded on the right blocks, and court spacing very bad as they work it in for a little 10-footer. That's an air ball. Rebounded by Selena Pettis. Pettis with the basketball to Dunbar. Dunbar to Talia Davis. Talia pulls up, shoots. 10-footer off the rim. No good. Gracie Heron on the rebound. Up good. Gracie Heron has her first 2 points. And down the floor with the basketball will come Karns. It's been all Oak Ridge so far. 25-0. 25 seconds to play as the Lady Beavers work the ball down low, and Gracie blocks what is going to be a shot. The Wildcats try to reach in and get it. Here's a block shot by Gracie. Lady Wildcats with it 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Brianna Dunbar racing in the front court, 5 seconds. Gives it into Selena Pettis or Samaj Clark for the shot, good. Samaj scores, and, well, just like that, it is 27-0 Oak Ridge after 1 quarter. Lee, your thoughts on the first quarter?
Yeah, David, 27-0. If that isn't a good start, I'm not quite sure what is. That looks like 4 touchdowns with a missed extra point. Oak Ridge playing good defensively and offensively, both sides of the ball. Oak Ridge probably a little stronger as a team, but 27-0. I'd say that's a pretty good start, David.
I think it is. Our sponsors for this ball game, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, along with, let's see, Oak Ridge Utility District, Mortgage Investors Group, and the Oak Ridge Pharmacy. Lady Wildcat lead is 27-0. Appreciate you listening to us wherever you might be. My name is David Clary, along with Lee Wexler. Christian Rosas Rodriguez is with us as well. The second quarter is about to get set here in a few short moments here from Karns High School. Lady Wildcats jumped on them early and often. As we mentioned, it's 27-0 Oak Ridge. Coach Paige Redmond talking it over with the five that are going to come out for the second quarter. They include Samaj Clark, number 11, Kenan Green, number 24, Kamari Mitchell-Steen, number 2, Selena Pettis, number 30, and number 25, Gracie Heron. I am giving the numbers for the people watching on YouTube. 27-0 our score. Karns with the basketball first as we start play here at the Karns High School gym. This is a district ball game. We'll be in action again tomorrow as the Lady Wildcats and guys are at Anderson County High School taking on the Mavericks and Lady Mavericks. Karns still yet to score. Very seldom do you see a whole quarter go by and not see any scoring as the Lady Beavers work their offense here. It goes to Hannah Bruce. Bruce fires it off on the right wing. They drive inside. Block shot by Kamari out of bounds. It'll be once again the Lady Beavers with the basketball underneath the goal. 7:29 to play, first quarter. It'll be Karns working the ball in. Then it comes to Hannah Bruce. Stop at the key, works the ball, and then the ball is deflected and knocked out of bounds by Oak Ridge's Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Karns substituting into the ball game, Kylie Scarborough. Once again, they're also going to get Shaughnessy Waller into the ball game. New players coming in for the Lady Beavers. Karns to work the ball in from just to the right of the Oak Ridge bench. The Wildcat Kamari Mitchell-Steen anticipated the pass, jumps in front of it, and knocks it away. 27-0, 7:21 to play in the first period. Lady Beaver basketball. Karns with it, top of the circle. Here it goes out to Waller. Waller dribbles right, dribbles to the free throw line, swings the ball to the left side, over goes to Newton. Newton hands it off to Scarborough, who swings the ball to the top of the circle. Lady Wildcats in a zone right now. Karns just trying to get their offense going. They have played 9 minutes of basketball and have yet to score as they work the ball for a shot. Little 8-footer hits the rim, no good. Rebound Pettis. Pettis of Oak Ridge to Kamari Mitchell-Steen, racing coast to coast to Samaj Clark. The sophomore goes up for the shot, no good. Does draw the foul. 27-0 as our score. 6:48 to play in the first quarter. Kind of anticipated a game like this. Maybe not this bad, but you can't fault the Lady Beavers for trying. Back in the old days, I'm telling you, Karns had a really good women's program. They have really struggled as of late as Samaj Clark goes to the free throw line, and she knocks down her 6th point of the ball game. 28-0 is our score. Back to the free throw line once again will go Samaj. Players coming into the arena here at Karns. Samaj's second toss is also good. Lady Wildcats looking strong at the free throw line as Lauren Hart checks into the game. Had the opportunity to speak to Lauren yesterday on the TV show. Enjoyed talking with her, meeting her really for the first time in terms of just conversation as the Lady Beavers bring the ball down the floor. It's been all Oak Ridge, and here's another steal. Kenan Green on a deflection's got it, pushes it up the floor too far. Tried to get it over to Lauren Hart. The ball is intercepted by Kamari. Kamari goes in. That's an intentional foul right there, but they didn't call it. That's just bad officiating right there. Shoved her deliberately in the back. Should have been an intentional foul there, but not called. It's 31-0. Good defense again by Oak Ridge. 6:15 to play, and then they're going to call a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give Oak Ridge the basketball. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is 31-0 as Rajay Eccles is going to check into the game. We're going to play Anderson County at Anderson County tomorrow. We'll hope you'll join us for that ball game. 31-0 Oak Ridge, 6:12 to play. Lady Wildcats, the only undefeated team in the district right now. Karns has one district loss. Kenan Green's going to take a shot. It's up, no good. Rebound saved alive by Rajay Eccles to Lauren Hart. She launches a three. It's up, no good. Out of bounds to Karns. 5:57 to play, first quarter, and the score is 31-0. With the basketball will come the Lady Beavers, and they'll push it up the floor to Kylie Scarborough. Scarborough's going to walk the ball to the midcourt line. 5:51 and counting. Lady Wildcats in the lead. Haven't had any trouble keeping up with Karns' scoring to this point, as the Lady Beavers have yet to score. But as I said, as the game started, they had a couple of point-blank shots that they just missed as they put in a bucket. Good. Karns scores with number 30, and that is the first 2 points of the game. It comes with 5:31 to play in the first quarter, or first half, that is. Here comes Oak Ridge driving in for another shot, no good. And Kamari Mitchell's team will go to the free throw line. 5 minutes, 24 seconds to play. First quarter, Oak Ridge on top, 31-2 here at Karns High School. Lady Wildcats playing with Lauren Hart, Kenan Green, Gracie Heron, Rajay Eccles, along with Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Kamari looks at the first of two. The first one's up, good. Kamari with 11 first half points. We'll go back to the free throw line. Oak Ridge by 30 as we play here at Karns. Kamari back to the free throw line, 11 points in the ball game. Guns it up there, good. She now has 12, and down the floor will come the Lady Beavers. 33-2 Oak Ridge. Here comes the Karns team across the line. With it will come number 10. That'll be Kylie Scarborough. She works the dribble. Cut off there by Kenan Green. Throws the ball right to Rajay Eccles. Then Karns steals it right back from her, and they get a shot up. No good. Rebound to Cannon. Cannon is then going to be fouled, I believe, by the Lady Beavers, and that is the case. 5:06 to play first half. Hoping to have a halftime guest for us. I'm looking in the stands for the Wildcats. I think they've already headed to the dressing room. I only see one junior varsity player as the Wildcats work it out to Kamari, who launches a three. It's up, no good. Rebound momentarily by Hart, saved on the floor by the Lady Karns Beavers. They'll bring the ball across the line, and Kamari deflects it, steals it. Drives, will get a layup. Right-handed off the glass, just too fast. She blows past her defender for her 14th point, and Oak Ridge leads 35-2. 4:35 to play here in the first half here at the Karns High School gym. Another near steal by Kamari, saved on the floor by the Lady Beavers. Karns sets it up outside the three-point line, trying to get the ball down low. And here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Rajay has it, then Karns knocks it out of bounds. The Lady Beavers turn the ball over. It'll be Oak Ridge once again coming down the floor. Looks like we have a timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:17 to play first half. 35-2 Oak Ridge. Back in 60 seconds.
Stop recording at halftime.
What's that?
Stop recording at halftime.
Yes.
And then,
Actually,
did you tell me to take a picture at halftime?
yes. Welcome back once again. Lady Wildcats in the lead by a score of 35-2 as Oak Ridge goes driving in for a shot, and the ball is knocked away and knocked out of bounds. So it'll be Karns basketball. 4:08 to play here in this first half here at Karns High School. Like I said, I hope to speak to a Wildcat at some point tonight as the Lady Beavers bring the ball down the floor. Oak Ridge on top, 35-2 over Karns. Here come the Lady Beavers working their offense once again, dribbling around in front of the Oak Ridge bench. Hope Holt has good defensive pressure on the Karns Lady Beavers as the ball is thrown away, as Brianna Dunbar is going to check into the ball game again for Oak Ridge. We're streaming on YouTube tonight, and it'll be on Prep Radio. You can find it. It'll be the Beavers to work the ball in, and it comes to number 30, Shaughnessy Waller. She works the ball down low. Pass is intercepted by Rajay Eccles. Is he coming? At halftime. Here comes Oak Ridge with the ball. Shot is off the glass. Good. Lady Wildcats score. And I'm not sure exactly who they said, but it might have been Eccles who scored a bucket. I'm going to give it to her right now, at least tentatively. And down the floor will come Karns. Oak Ridge on top, 37-2. Going to speak to Lucas Searcy at halftime of this game. Hope you'll stay tuned for that as the Beavers turn the ball over again. Rajay with it to Talia Davis. Talia's going to bring the ball down the floor, go coast to coast with it, give it inside to Lauren Hart for the shot, no good, but she does draw the foul. Oak Ridge on top, 37-2. 3 minutes to play here in this first half of basketball. I'm trying to keep my mind mentally sharp here. The game has been not the most pretty game in the world as Lauren goes to the free throw line. Going to talk to Lucas Searcy at halftime here, or maybe even right now here. Pull the mic up here. Do a little color with me for a few minutes. Get a little closer here.
All right.
Total domination, Lucas, is 38-2 right now with the Lady Wildcats in the lead.
Yeah, that's the prettiest game. Definitely good for our team.
Most definitely. As Lauren knocks down another shot, it was 27-0 after one quarter. So
yeah, our JV game was kind of like that. It was 31-2 at the first quarter.
Yeah, that's when we got here. That's about what it was here. So you're a member of the Oak Ridge varsity as Karns launches a long three. It's up, no good. Long rebound to Oak Ridge's heart once again, and then the ball is knocked away and saved by Brianna Dunbar. You're a member of the Oak Ridge varsity team. Get a chance to play as a sophomore. You've had some pretty good ball games. I remember one game. I think you had 10 in a ball game. How would you characterize the way your season has gone so far as Gracie Herring goes up for a shot, no good, gets her third opportunity, missed it again, rebounded by Lauren Hart to Dunbar. If this one goes in, I'm quitting. No good. Shot is on its way. It's up, saved away by Oak Ridge with Talia Davis. How do you think your season has gone?
I think there's always room for improvement, and I think I can still improve, but I think it's been a really good season for the whole team. So
another bucket by Oak Ridge. That's Hope Holt, and it's now 41-2. Down the floor will come the Lady Beavers. Long three, good. 3-point shot knocked in for them. And that's number 33. I don't really have her name on my roster here. As the Lady Wildcats, Hope brings it in once again, and once again she takes it off the glass and scores. Not a whole lot of defense out there right now.
No, not much at all for the Beavers, but
here come the Beavers once again. We're down a minute 41 to play, and there's a trip, but Brianna Dunbar steals it. Here comes Hope Holt. She's going to drive in for a layup. Right-handed off the glass this time. Good. Hope with 6 quick points. And Lucas, we're going to talk at full here in about a minute 25 as soon as this half ends. 45-5 is our score. What goes on right now before the girls' game? What is Coach Green telling you guys, or nothing? Or are you all just in there just getting ready for the game?
He usually comes in around the fourth quarter, so we usually go to the locker room first quarter. After the first quarter, we get dressed and we listen to music all together. We just kind of dance around, get ready for the game,
You dance around? Is that what you do? Should we bring the video cameras in there to get a look at that?
Well, we get hyped up for the game, and then it's all business when Coach Green's in there.
With the basketball will come Karns once again. 45-5 is our score. We're streaming this game live on YouTube. Here's a block three. It's up, no good. Rebound by Selena Pettis. Pettis with it to Talia Davis. 40-point lead here. Lady Wildcats on top, and then there's a foul called against Karns. It's going to go against the Lady Beavers. 56.4 seconds to play. Why does Nick Dallas not play football? That guy is big. He looks like he could be one of Coach Gaddis's guys.
Yeah, he's always in the gym, and even on his own time, he's usually in the weight room. So I think he's encouraged a lot to play football. I don't know if he'll do it this year, but he should for sure.
Oak Ridge with it, leading 45-5 with the basketball come Dunbar. Kicks it out to Talia Davis for a little 15-footer, no good. Gracie's got the rebound, throws it up there, good. Gracie Herron knocks it in, and for Gracie, that'll be her first 2 points. And Oak Ridge leads 47-5, 37.5 seconds. There was a time, you might not believe this, Lucas, but there was a time years ago when Karns' girls basketball program was really good, but they really hit on hard times. That we have beaten them 27 in a row, and so it's a really, really long streak. I think probably when they built Hardin Valley, it kind of took a lot of their players away, and they just never really have recovered.
Yeah, I used to go to school out in Karns.
Did you?
Yeah.
So what brought you to Oak Ridge?
My mom moved out here, and just the program and the basketball program and the school and education is much, much better.
First half is going to come to a close on this shot. It is 47-5. Lee, why don't you turn the camera on Lucas here? We're going to talk a little bit basketball here while we're on the YouTube live streaming. You don't have to look at it if you don't want to. Okay. It's kind of awkward, but let's go back. Let's go back to you. You are a sophomore member of the boys basketball team. What are your strengths as a player?
I think right now it'd be my shooting, and I really worked on my shooting, getting off of injury. So I think that was my biggest thing to come back on.
Yeah, one of the things I've noticed about you actually last year is your three-point shooting, and you like to get in the corner and knock down some shots. I think I remember maybe at Meigs County last year when before the football guys were there. I think you got a chance to play.
Yeah,
were you nervous?
Yeah, that was it's a lot of pressure, and I remember doing both practices, and it was nerve-wracking, but you get really used to it.
Well, what's the difference between this year and last year? Just the experience level that you had. You knew this year you were going to be on the varsity the whole year, so you guys,
Right.
what was the difference?
I think the difference is, just having the experience under your belt. After freshman year, you kind of get comfortable with everything. So I think it's a lot more comfortable, and you just continue to work harder and bond with the teammates.
How have you gotten comfortable with everything? How is it to play for Coach Green? Let me ask you that, and be nice here.
I think it's great. I think playing under him is an amazing experience. He definitely knows what he's doing, and he'll get into you, but it's all coming from his heart, and he's just trying to make us all better. So,
What's your expectations for this season, the rest of the year? Right now you're in first place in the district. What's your expectations for the season?
we want to at least go to state. That's always the goal, and it'd be great to just go as far as we can as a team.
Why did you decide to play basketball as your sport?
I decided to play basketball in elementary school. I was more of a football guy, and then basketball it was just too much fun. So I just played basketball, and it was great.
You play anything else besides basketball?
I played football for 6 or 7 years, and then baseball for a few years, and I ran some track, but basketball is definitely my favorite.
Karns is a team last year, if you remember, in the district championship game.
Right.
If it wasn't for Marcus Smith, we don't win the ball game. Yeah, I think he scored like 25 points in the fourth quarter.
Right.
What kind of a game are you expecting tonight?
I expect us to still come in and play our game, and just be a strong all-around team. And I think we'll dominate the post, but every team's going to give us our best shot, so we still got to come in, with the expectation that we're going to have to play hard.
Lucas, I appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Awesome, thank you.
That is Lucas Searcy. He is a sophomore member of the Oak Ridge High School basketball team. We are at halftime of this ball game here at Karns High School. Lady Wildcats lead it 47-5. Going to take a break. We'll send it back. We'll be back to run down the stats in a moment. think that's what she's got. David Clary back here at Karns High School. Lee Wexler, Christian Rosas Rodriguez. We're on prepradio.com. We're on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We are streaming this ball game live on YouTube. You can go to the YouTube and look up Prep Radio, P-R-E-P Radio, and that's where we are, streaming live here from Karns. So far, it's been a bloodbath here if you're a Lady Beavers fan, and then it isn't as if they haven't played hard in this one. They have, but it has been all Oak Ridge. 47-5. Oak Ridge jumped out to a 27-0 lead after one quarter. Tomorrow we've got another ball game which might be just as harsh as we play Anderson County. Anderson County, I think, is 1-16 on the season. So it's a real tough start for them. It's a real tough start for the Lady Beavers. Here in a few short moments, Lee Wexler is going to run down the statistics of the first half. He's tabulating the point totals as we speak. I know it wasn't hard to keep up with Karns. They have 5 points. They have a 3 and 1 2-point bucket. That's all they have scored here in the first half. It's been all Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats dominated on defense. Lots of transition buckets, exactly the things that Coach Redmond preached last night on the Off the Glass TV show. That can be seen on Channel 12 each and every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. We have highlights. We have player interviews. Last night I interviewed Lauren Hart and Samaj Clark of the Lady Wildcats, Stafford Shanklin and Jonathan Stewart on the boys' side, plus the head coaches, Paige Redmond and, of course, Coach Aaron Green. 47-5 is our score. When we come back, Lee will run down the scoring. We'll get to that in a moment. What? Just the number of points they have. So you have to add them up. The book's always right.
I'm just going to say how many points they.
That's all.
Yeah, I don't know.
Welcome back once again to Karns High School. About 2 minutes before we start the second half of the girls' game, Lady Wildcats on top, 47-5. Here with the scoring in the first half, Lee Wexler.
Thanks, David. As you said, Oak Ridge leads at 47-5 at halftime. Our scoring for the first quarter totaling of 27 points. Kamari Mitchell-Steen adding up to 8 points. Clark getting 5. Bree Dunbar getting 3 only in the first quarter. Rajay Eccles getting 6 points. Grace Heron getting 2. And in the second quarter, we had Kamari Mitchell-Steen totaling up to 4. Celaya Davis 2, and Grace Heron also getting 2 points. And Hope Holt adding up to 6 points for a total of 20, and that's going to get us to 47-5.
And that is our score here. The two teams are, well, Oak Ridge is already back. Karns still in their dressing room. Our sponsors for tonight's game, we have 10 Bank of Oak Ridge. We have the Oak Ridge Utility District, Oak Ridge Pharmacy, and Mortgage Investors Group. We'll be back with the second half in a moment.
Everything I said.
Welcome back once again to the Karns High School gym on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. We're also streaming live on YouTube at Prep Radio. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 47-5 here in this girls game. It'll be Karns basketball as we start play here in the second half. Oak Ridge comes out with Hope Holt, Brianna Dunbar, Samaj Clark, Rajay Eccles, along with Kamari Mitchell-Steen. I don't know what the holdup is. The officials are out on the floor, and I think they said they're going to run the clock continuously in the second half here, so we're going to have a really quick night of basketball for you here at the Karns High School gym. Lady Beavers throw the ball inside for a shot. Rolls off no good. Blocked shot by either Kamari Mitchell-Steen or Eccles out of bounds. It'll be the Lady Beavers with the basketball side court. Brian Leffler is the trainer for the Karns Beavers. He, of course, an Oak Ridge High School grad, former Wildcat football and baseball player, also a member of our crew for several years. Karns basketball. They work the dribble. Here on the left side, it goes to Kylie Scarborough. Scarborough dribbles to the right. Oak Ridge on top, 47-5 in the girls' game. JV game went to Oak Ridge as well, big time, 82-38. The boys' game will follow as the Wildcats get another steal. Brianna Dunbar with the basketball, pushes it up the floor to Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Off the right block, goes in for the shot, no good. Draws the foul, and Kamari will go to the free throw line. I had Kamari with 14 points in the first half. We'll check that here in a second. She is going to go to the free throw line for the Lady Wildcats. 47-5 our score, and they are running a continuous clock. I'm going to say 15 until I know different as Kamari goes to the free throw line. Lee's not as the shot is up, good. Well, I'm going to go with Lee. He said 12. I'll say 14 now as Kamari hits both tosses as the Lady Wildcats lead 49-5. With the basketball will come the Lady Beavers. 6:25 to play, running clock here at Karns High School. I think the only time that ever happens, obviously, in the second half when you get up by 35 or so, they ask the coaches if that's okay as the Lady Beavers miss another shot. Brianna Dunbar pushes it up to Rajay. She walks for the basketball. Took one extra step there, and she did it. And the Lady Wildcats will turn the ball over. Playing with Samaj Clark, Brianna Dunbar, Rajay Eccles, Kamari Mitchell-Steen, Hope Holt. Here come the Beavers, moving right to left, wearing their all-white jerseys with blue trim. 49-5 our score, 5:50 to play in the third period. Beaver ball at the top of the circle at the free throw line. She turns, she spins, she swings it over to the left side to Kylie Scarborough, stripped to the ball by Dunbar. Then Samaj Clark is then tripped, kind of a late whistle, and kind of an inadvertent foul. But she did trip her, and that'll be a foul against Karns. 5.5 minutes to play. They're running the clock. They're not even stopping it for fouls, timeouts. They're just going to run 8 minutes quickly. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. With it will come Brianna Dunbar. Dunbar left side gives it off to Hope Holt. Hope is 6, goes for 8, goes up for the shot, no good. Rebound Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats, Brianna Dunbar for 3 on its way, good. Bree knocks it down. And I personally have her with 7. And down the floor with the basketball will come the Lady Beavers. 52-5 Oak Ridge. 5 minutes to play here in the third period. Near steal by Kamari. Saved on the floor once again by Anna Kate Richter. Comes cross court with a pass and almost throws the ball away. Saved on the floor by Hannah Arms. She works the ball to her right. Nearly a steal by Kamari. And in fact, Kamari does steal it. Kamari Mitchell-Steen is going to drive coast to coast, get a left-handed layup, good, and she is fouled. Foul is going to be called against Anna Kate Richter, and that'll send Kamari to the free throw line. We've got her with 16. She's looking for 17 here. Oak Ridge can go up 50 points here. It is 54-5. That's our score. As Talia Davis is going to check into the game, and Hope Holt is going to check out. Oak Ridge up 54-5, 4:13 and counting. Running clock here. The good news, Lee, is we'll get out of here really quick today. As the toss is on its way, good. She completes the three-point play. She's got 17 points, and Oak Ridge leads by 50, 55-5. Here come the Lady Beavers with the basketball. Karns with it. Dribbles top of the circle. Number 13, that's Anna Kate Richter. She goes down low, throws it away. Intercepted for a moment by Oak Ridge, saved by Karns. They get a shot up. Good. They score. Off the glass goes number 11, and down the floor with the basketball will come the Wildcats, who scores again. This time it'll be Samaj Clark scoring her 9th point. And here's a steal by Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Kamari's going coast to coast. Is it a 52-point lead? Yes, it is. 52-point lead as Kamari Mitchell-Steen scores her 19th point, and it's 59-7. 3:19 to play here in the third period. The basketball will come Karns once again. That's Anna Kate Richter. 59-7, the Lady Wildcats in the lead. We are watching a makeup ball game. This game was originally scheduled for December the 10th, and we had some snow that day, you might recall. Knox County called off their schools, and Karns called off their basketball game. So we're making it up tonight as the Wildcats get another steal. Samaj is then fouled. Hard foul again. A little bit of frustration, I think, on the part of the Lady Beavers, playing very physical. The officials are letting them play very physical. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. To work the ball in will be Talia Davis. Lady Wildcats playing with Brianna Dunbar. Kamari Mitchell-Steen is in the ball game. Rajay Eccles, and looks like missing somebody. I guess it's Brianna Dunbar. Dunbar with it to Kamari. Dribbles, stops, pops, shoots, no good. Rebound, Rajay Eccles back up, a little short. Gets her own rebound, then it's tied up. Alternate possession here will give Oak Ridge the ball with 2:10 and counting. We have a running clock here. It's a 52-point lead for the Lady Wildcats at 59-7. We're streaming this game on YouTube at Prep Radio. You can watch it there or streaming live on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Our sponsors, Oak Ridge Utility District, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Pharmacy, and Mortgage Investors Group. Oak Ridge basketball, as the buzzer sounds for a second, they stop play for a second, the official comes over. Just an inadvertent buzzer sound. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. A minute 38 to play. 59-7, Oak Ridge in the lead. The basketball will come. Kamari inside Rajay. Beautiful pass. Got fouled as she went up. And the officials are really doing a pretty good job. A little bit tardy on the whistles a little bit. She got fouled. She took another step and was going to take the ball up, and then they called the fouls. Rajay goes to the free throw line. I've got her with 8. We'll check that at the conclusion of the game. She misfires on the ball, on the free throw. Minute 5 to play, 59-7, Oak Ridge in the lead. Back to the free throw line, we'll go Eccles. Missed both tosses, and the steal by Samaj, though. Samaj gives it off to Rajay. Will not shoot from the free throw line. Now swings the ball back out to Kamari. She penetrates the arc, goes in for the shot, floats it up there, no good. On the rebound, Kamari keeps it alive, tips it over to her teammate Talia Davis. Talia Davis back to the left to Rajay, to Brianna Dunbar. Three-pointer on its way, good. Three-point shot for Brianna Dunbar, and I've got her with 10, and the Lady Wildcat lead is 62-7. 29 seconds to play in the third period. The Lady Wildcats trying to win their 20th game of the year as the Beavers knock down a shot, and good for them. Shot made by Scarborough. And here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. 62-9 the score. 14 seconds to play. The Wildcats working in Rajay on the right block. Kicks it out. Kamari Mitchell-Steen for 3. Good. 3-point shot for Kamari. And I've got her with 22. We'll check it as I mentioned. Oak Ridge on top, 65-9. That's the end of the third quarter. 3 quarters of basketball in the book, 65-9. Lady Wildcats will be back to Karns High School in a moment. Welcome back once again to the Karns High School gym. 65-9 is our score. With the basketball will come the Lady Beavers as we start play. Running clock again here in the fourth quarter. They get a shot off the rim, no good. Karns has the rebound once again. They go back up, and a foul is going to be called. Personal foul will be called against the Lady Wildcats. It's going to go against, I believe, might have been Lauren Hart. That is the case. And to the free throw line will go Karns. Here's the first toss. Is up there a little bit too strong. 65-9 the score. 7:25 and counting. Running clock here at the Karns High School gym. Second toss up, good. Double digits for the Lady Beavers. 65-10 the score, and down the floor with it will come Oak Ridge. Setting the dribble across the line. Out it goes. Hope Holt dribbles off to the right. Out to the top it goes to Dunbar. Once again it goes to Hope Holt. She goes into Gracie Heron for the shot. Good. Gracie Heron scores, and I've got her with 4. And down the floor with the basketball will come Karns once again. 67-10. They launch a 3. It's no good. Rebound Gracie Heron, and she is tied up. The alternate possession arrow will give Oak Ridge the ball. 67-10 Oak Ridge. 6:45 to play in the ball game. Lee, you having fun over there?
I'm having a little fun, David.
Here comes Hope Holt down the floor with the basketball. 6:35 to play. We anticipated a game like this. Unfortunately, Karns just struggles. They have been struggling the last several years. Lady Wildcats with honestly better athletes and better, just more experienced basketball players. I don't want to take anything away as Lauren Hart has trouble with her dribble. Gives it over to Selena Pettis, over to Cannon. Cannon Green to Hart. Dribbles in. Goes inside Gracie Heron, got a nice pass to her, gives it off to Selena. Selena didn't shoot. Gracie will. It's up no good. Rebounded by Karns. 67-10. Lady Wildcats in the lead. Here comes Karns pushing it up the floor to the left corner. They try to get the ball back out. 5:57 and counting. Oak Ridge on top, 67-10. The basketball will come the Lady Beavers. Karns trying to get the ball inside. They've got an NBA range 3 if they want to shoot it from way out here. She will not. She goes cross court with it. They drive the baseline, get a little 8-footer up. It's up, no good. Selena Pettis on the rebound to Gracie Heron. Gracie Heron, I don't think she wants to take it all the way down the floor. She waits for a guard, and then she gets tied up. She doesn't have the quickest of feet, and she really, with those knee braces, she didn't really want to go crashing down the floor. Couldn't get it off to a guard, and it's a turnover. 5:21 to play, 67-10 is our score. Down the floor will come the Lady Beavers. Number 10, Kylie Scarborough, works the ball outside the three-point line, guarded by Cannon Green. She dribbles to the baseline, shoots, up, no good. Rebound to Karns. Pulling down the board is, I've got Kaylee Newman. Then the ball is knocked away by Lauren Hart, and she steps out of bounds. We are under 5 minutes to play in the ball game. 67-10, Lady Wildcats in the lead. Oak Ridge led 27-0 after one quarter. 47-5 at the half as Karns throws the ball away. They led 65-9 after 3 quarters, and we've got a running clock, and it's 67-10 right now. 4:38 to play. Oak Ridge basketball. Selena Pettis, Hope Holt, Cannon Green, Gracie Heron. Here comes Selena all the way down the floor, giving it off to Cannon. Cannon swings it over to Hope Holt. 4:27 to play. Hope top of the circle, gives it off to Selena. She might have stepped out of bounds. The ball is deflected, saved by Hope. Goes in for the shot. She was fouled. Going to be shooting free throws. Junior Hope Holt will go to the free throw line. 4:12 and counting. 67-10. Lady Wildcats in the lead. The boys game will follow here on prepradio.com. Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Hope goes to the free throw line. 7 points. Back to the free throw line once again. It'll be Selena Pettis coming out of the game, and Hope will go to the free throw line. Tosses up good. I've got her with 8. And Oak Ridge leads 69-10. Here come the Lady Beavers down the floor. 3:43 to play. I want to remind everybody of our sponsors. The sponsors that I say on the air, they have provided us with financial assistance so that we can do the ball games, whether on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, FM 92.7, and now our little streaming thing that we have going on right now as Oak Ridge gets another steal. It's Lauren Hart, and those are Oak Ridge Utility District, 10 Bank Mortgage Investors Group, and the Oak Ridge Pharmacy. Gracie Heron on the baseline goes in for the shot, threw it up there, no good. Samaj gets the rebound, no good. Gracie back up with a shot, no good. Pulled down by the Lady Beavers. Pulled down by Hannah Bruce, and here comes Karns. 3 minutes to play in the ball game, 69-10. And we're about to have 5 new Lady Beavers coming into the game as Karns works it down low. Block shot by Samaj. Samaj has the basketball. Will she get a layup? She's coming down the floor, and that's got to be an intentional foul. And some frustration once again. Number 20, Kaylee Newman, just tried to slow her down by hitting her. And Miss Newman's going to take a seat on the sidelines here as Oak Ridge goes to the free throw line. I know they're losing 69-10. I know their season has not gone the way they want it to go, but it's no excuse to be as aggressive as they just were as Samaj goes to the free throw line. Shot is good. Samaj Clark now with, I think, 10 as she goes back to the line. Oak Ridge by 60, 70-10. Second toss is up, no good. Gracie, a big offensive rebound, goes up with a shot, no good. Down the floor with the basketball will come Karns. 2:06 to play in the ball game. 70-10 the score. Near steal by Oak Ridge's Samaj Clark once again. She dribbles out to the right side. Anna Kate Richter holds the ball and gives it up to number 30, who tacks inside, lost the ball. Taken away on a steal by Lauren Hart. Hart's going to bring the ball down the floor. Harassed by Shaughnessy Waller. She gives it over to Hope Holt. Hope with the top of the circle, dribbles coast to coast, gets a layup. A little maybe too strong, no good. Gracie has the rebound up, no good. Again, no good. Pulled away by Karns. Lady Beaver basketball. Minute 35 to play in the ball game. It's a 60-point lead for Oak Ridge, 70-10. Karns thought about shooting a three. Waller won't do it. Looks down low. Holds the ball. Now will dribble in. Now will penetrate. Then lost the ball. Taken away by Hope Holt. They're playing football out there on the floor as Karns struggles playing football anyway. They need some of these girls out here as Lady Wildcats take a shot. It's up and it's no good by Gracie Heron. A minute 7 to play in the ball game. 70-10. The score, and down the floor with the basketball. Perhaps for one of the final times in this ball game come the Lady Beavers. They turn the ball over. Kenan Green steals it. Samaj Clark's going to drive. Samaj is going to go in for a shot. Good. And she's fouled. Little sportsmanship right there by number 44 for them. She pats Samaj on the back saying, I'm sorry, I had to foul. And Samaj Clark will go to the free throw line. I've got her with 12. We'll check that at the conclusion of the game. 30 seconds to play. Samaj misses the toss. 72-10. 62-point lead with 27 seconds to play in this basketball game from Karns High School. The boys' game will follow here on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15, and on the internet on YouTube, streaming at Prep Radio. 13 seconds to play. Karns trying to get above 10. They're not even going to take a shot. She's just using her left hand. It's 5 seconds anyway. Lauren Hart just shoved by the Lady Beavers. That's poor officiating. The final score is up, though. 72-10 is the final score. Lee, your thoughts on this ball game?
Yeah, well, it's probably not a good night for Karns if they're already turning the scoreboard off. They don't want anybody to see the score. It was 72-10. I thought it was a complete dominant effort on Oak Ridge's behalf. Kind of late in the game, I noticed some frustration coming in or setting in with Karns there, playing maybe a little more physical and aggressive, maybe, and kind of getting away with it. I think that frustrated Coach Redmond and the Lady Wildcats, but overall they're going to walk out of here with a district win. David?
Thanks a lot, Lee. 72-10 was the final score. 72-10 our score. The final score here from Karns High School gym. We're going to take a break. We're gonna actually get the stats here in a bit. We're on prepradio.com. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Just streaming on the internet on the live video. We are. Yeah. Just keep that rolling.
Want me to go take a picture? Yeah, that's not. Want me to?
Just keep that rolling.
Or go take a picture?
Yes, please.
If she's still got it. That guy's doing with it. I don't think hers wasn't right. Because those point totals are not adding up.
Actually, she's the official, so whatever she has is good.
Blondie?
No. That lady.
Is she with Oak Ridge?
She's with Oak Ridge, yeah. Yeah, she'll have them all tabulated, so just kind of wait for her down there. She might get done, so. David Clary back here along with Lee Wexler, Christian Rosas Rodriguez. Sorry about that little pause there. We're back here at Karns. Lady Wildcats victorious by a final score of 72-10. That was the final score. Lady Wildcats jumped on them early. It was 27-0. After one quarter, they led, looked like if I can read my handwriting, 43-5 at the half, 65-49, and they win it 72-10. That was the final score. Here in about 13 minutes, we're going to have the boys' game. It's the Wildcats taking on the Karns Beavers. It is a rematch of last year's District 3 championship game played right here on this floor as the two teams are warming up down below us. We are streaming this ball game. If you're listening to us on Prep Radio and you want to watch it, we are streaming on YouTube. We're going to try to do as many away games as we possibly can. School rules at Oak Ridge High School do not permit us to broadcast from there. So we will do the away games. We will do the away games on YouTube at Prep Radio. And we do stream them if you're living in Oak Ridge. And if you have Comcast, it is currently on Channel 15 right now. So if you want to watch the game from the comfort of your living room, you can do that right now on Channel 15. Waiting to get the final stats. Lee Wexler is going to do that for us. About 12 minutes before we start the ball game, the boys game. The JV Oak Ridge Wildcats won earlier 82-38. The girls have won 72-10. And the boys game is coming up in about 12 minutes. Coach Redmond will be joining us as well. Take another quick break. We'll be back to Karns in a moment. Welcome back once again to Karns High School. About 11 minutes before we start the boys' game. Joining me is the head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats, Coach. I almost called you Jill Pruden, Coach. It's been a long time since she's been coaching, but I'm kind of a robot sometimes. I've said that so many years. Coach Paige Redmond has joined us here. Coach, we knew coming into this game that Karns has been struggling for about, I think, since Hardin Valley came into existence, honestly. And tonight you jumped on them early. Your transition was good. You got ahead 27-0 after one quarter. You just kept getting steal after steal and getting transition buckets, something you want them to do.
Right.
You kind of feel sorry for Karns. It is a district game. You can't feel sorry for them too much.
Right.
But you just had the far superior team tonight.
Yeah, and one thing I kept telling our girls, we can't, I don't want to look at the scoreboard. I want to continue working on things that we need to work on. And one of the things that I talked about after the game was the transition, the transition layups, regardless of who you're playing, the fact that we're pushing the ball, that we're looking ahead. I was really happy with that.
Yeah, and you got a chance to play a lot of people. Nobody got hurt. It got a little physical there at the end. And I guess when you have a running clock the entire second half, the officials don't want to stop for anything. But it was getting a little bit chippy down there.
I felt like it was that way the whole game. I think the first half they let them get away with some hacks against us that regardless. And that's what I told the guy. You're going to end up getting somebody hurt. There's a fine. I get wanting to let them play a little bit, but there's a fine line here, and we need to draw it. And then the second half. It was very physical.
Kamari had a good first half. I can't really think of anybody who didn't have a good half. And yeah, I just think it can't be fun, honestly, except the fact that you win and it's a district game and you remain undefeated in the district.
It gives you an opportunity to come out and play together, look for each other. Communicate with each other, run the floor, and to work on some things that we need to work on. I thought Rajay did a great job of being in passing lane. She had 6 steals at halftime. And granted, we were getting a lot of steals, but she was doing what she was supposed to on defense.
Tomorrow you have another district ball game against a team that struggled even more. That's Anderson County. But like you said, you can't look at the scoreboard. You just got to do what you need to do.
Absolutely, and we got to go out there and get better. Use it as an opportunity to get better.
You and I talked on the TV last night that not looking over Anderson County tomorrow, but Tuesday's a big ball game, so you've got to work on some things to get better for that ball game.
Right, and playing against people, another team, regardless of how good or not good they are, whatever it is, it gives you an opportunity to play against people that don't really know you, and to learn to read some things and read each other, and we can always get better.
Coach, I appreciate the time, and I guess you can get home early tonight.
Thank you.
That's Paige Redmond. Final score of the ball game, Lady Wildcats win it 72-10. We're going to take a break. We'll send it back once again. Boys game in about 8 minutes. We'll get to that and Lee Wexler's stats in a moment. What's that? Did you get the picture? Yeah. She probably has a photo of the shirt on this, right? Start. David Clary back here on Karns High School. We're about 5 minutes away from the start of this ball game. The Lady Wildcats have won their ball game. 72-10 was the final score. The boys will be in action here in a few short moments. Lee, I believe you have completed the final stats of the girls' game.
For the final stats for the Lady Wildcats winning this one 72-10 here at Karns, our scoring totals: Kamari Mitchell-Steen is good for 24 points, Talia Davis good for 4, Samaj Clark 12, Bree Dunbar totaling 10, Rajay Eccles good for 6, Lauren Hart 2, Gracie Heron 6, and Hope Holt totaling 8. That is a total of 72 points here at Karns High School with a District 3 win. David?
Thanks a lot there, Lee. Why don't you run down a little bit about the boys' game as we get about 4 minutes away from the start of that.
All right, thank you, David. So now we're going to turn our attention to the boys' game and this rematch of last season's District 3 game. Oak Ridge and Karns played one another 3 times last year. The final game was here at Karns for the district championship. Oak Ridge came from behind to beat the Beavers 75-65. Oak Ridge has also won 79-67 here and 82-65 at Oak Ridge. The Wildcats have won 16 in a row over the Beavers dating back to 2013. The Wildcats and Beavers began playing one another in 1946, and the Wildcats lead the series 90-27. This season, Karns has struggled most of the year as they enter tonight's game at 8-11, but have a 5-3 record in the district. Now that record puts them 3 games behind Oak Ridge, but good enough for a third-place tie with Central. Karns had been on a roll until Tuesday night when they lost to Clinton 69-41. They had won 4 straight games leading up to that Clinton loss against the bottom 4 teams in the district, Campbell County twice, Halls, and Anderson County. Karns opened the season with 6 straight losses. Karns does have a winning record here at home at 4-3, but they haven't fared well away from here, going 4-8. Oak Ridge enters tonight's game at 14-3 on the season. Their season record includes a 4-1 home record, the loss coming to Cleveland. Their away record is 7-1 with the loss coming at Webb. The Wildcats are also 3-1 on neutral courts with the loss coming to Center Hill, Mississippi. Oak Ridge will also be in action tomorrow night at Anderson County, and then the Wildcats will have 3 straight home games, including a big showdown with Clinton a week from tomorrow. They will also play Powell and this Karns team during the next homestand. Tonight, we're at Karns High School. We once again would like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge and the Oak Ridge Utility District. We'll be back with the Oak Ridge Pharmacy starting lineups and the Mortgage Investors Group tip-off in a moment.
I think I want to put another card in. No, we'll just go with that card. What's that? Which thing? We'll just go with it.
So they're showing radio time.
No, but I'm always good. David Clary back here along with Lee Wexler, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, as we're on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We are streaming this ball game on YouTube right now and on Channel 15. The starting lineups, the Oak Ridge Pharmacy, almost said Jackson Square Pharmacy. The Oak Ridge Pharmacy starting lineups. Kel Slater is going to start at the point tonight for the Wildcats, along with Jonathan Stewart. He'll be at the wing. Also starting on the wing will be Preston Turner. For Oak Ridge, starting at the post position will be junior Jonathan Milloway, and the 5th starter will be Jeremy Miller. That is the starting 5 for the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats. Oak Ridge coached by Aaron Green. Wildcats trying to win their 15th game of the year. Christian Rosas Rodriguez doing camera work down below. Lee Wexler doing it up top with us here. We are running solo on the broadcast here tonight. Mark and Shauna Hayes not with us. Mike Sheehan not with us. And the rest of the crew. And we asked some of our high school crew members to come, but they had homework tonight. It is a school night after all, as the starting lineups for the Beavers are being announced here in front of us. They've got a pretty decent crowd, considering it. Oak Ridge and Karns always bring out a pretty good crowd, to be honest with you. As the Beavers are getting ready to tip it off here from Karns High School on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. Wildcats going for the triple sweep. Remind everybody we'll be at Anderson County tomorrow as the Wildcats and Lady Wildcats take on the Anderson County Mavericks. To jump the ball for the Wildcats will be Jonathan Milloway. Milloway will be jumping with number 25 for them, Traven Jackson. He's a 6'4 senior against what they say is a 6'7 junior in Jonathan Milloway. The officials are set. Two teams are ready. Ball is up, controlled by Oak Ridge, and we are underway here at the Karns High School gym. With the basketball, working the point, Cale Slater along with Jeremy Miller. He works the ball inside to Jonathan Milloway, to Jonathan Stewart for three. Good. Three-point shot to start the ball game for Jonathan Stewart. And down the floor with the basketball will come the Karns Beavers. With it across the way will come number 14. That's Dalton Greer. He works the ball to the left wing. They get a three. It's a high arcing shot. It's no good. Jeremy Miller on the rebound. Pushes it up the floor to Cale Slater. Cale's going to dribble along the baseline. Goes in for the shot to Jonathan Milloway. Shot is no good. Blocked by Karns. Saved by Jeremy Miller. One dribble. One shot. No good. Milloway on the putback. Good. Jonathan Milloway has his first 2 points. And back the other way will come Karns. Moving left to right, wearing their all white jerseys with blue trim. Karns just launches it up the floor, and they turn the ball over. Karns has struggled here. They lost by big numbers to Clinton on Tuesday. Wildcats have an early 5-0 lead here. 7:13 to play here in the first period. Wildcats playing with Cale Slater at the point. Nothing's wrong with Isaiah Johnson. He's dressed out with the team. He did not come to school yesterday, so he did not practice as Milloway gets another easy one. Good. Wildcats lead it now by a score of 7-0. Wildcats' Lucas Searcy was up here talking with me during the girls' game, and he pointed out that he thought, honestly, that we should dominate inside as the Beavers get a bucket. Off the glass goes Jackson. That's his first 2 points. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. As I mentioned, Isaiah was sick, so he did not practice yesterday. Jonathan Stewart for three. Good. Jonathan's on fire to start the ball game. He's got 6, and the Wildcats lead it 10-2. Exactly 6:27 to play here in the first quarter. Here comes Karns down the floor. Jackson's going to take a shot from inside the arc. It's up, no good. Rebound tracked down, though, by the Beavers, and they set it out once again. Here it goes to Trey Harper. He's 5'11". He is a senior. To Trey Hawkins, 5'8", senior player, dribbling at the midcourt circle. Swings the ball to his left to Zach Forsyth, another senior, 6'1", and they work the ball at the perimeter. Wildcats wearing their gray jerseys tonight with cardinal and white trim. Karns wearing their home whites as Hawkins drives right. They drive along the baseline, kick it out for a little 15-footer. It's a good shot. Good. They score with the first bucket by Trey Hawkins, and Oak Ridge's lead is 10-4. Here comes Jeremy Miller with the basketball. Down the floor goes off to Cale Slater. Slater with it to Jonathan Milloway. He drives the paint, goes in with a reverse layup, missed it, gets his own rebound up, good. Wildcats totally dominant here in the early going, and down the floor with the basketball will come the Karns Beavers. 12-4 our score. Beaver basketball district championship rematch from a year ago. Here comes Karns down the floor. Hawkins throws the ball to the corner. They get a three off. It's no good. Rebound Oak Ridge. Cale Slater comes down with it. Cale's going to push it up the floor. Cale's going to go coast to coast. Cale's going to take it to the hole and score. Cale Slater has his first 2 points, and Coach Lee Henson has seen enough. 10-point Wildcat lead. We're 3 minutes into the game. 14-4 Oak Ridge. Back to the Karns High School gym in a moment.
In for Karns, number 21, Deshaun Bishop, and number 5, J.J. Faulkner.
Welcome back to Karns High School once again. The Beavers have the basketball. They work the ball inside. Here's a shot blocked by everybody. Taken on the floor by Oak Ridge's Jeremy Miller. Miller's going to race down the court. Jeremy stops, pops, no good. Rebound, Beavers. Karns with the basketball. And then the ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Oak Ridge. 14-4 our score. 4 minutes, 46 seconds to play. We're in the first quarter. Down the floor with the basketball will come Karns once again. Across the time stripe, it goes to Trey Hawkins. Hawkins works the ball in. It looked like more of a travel than a foul, but the personal foul is going to be whistled against Oak Ridge. It's going to go against Kel Slater. That'll be his first personal foul. 4:40 to play first quarter. Karns with the basketball. Dalton Greer will try to work the ball in from the baseline. Looks, fires it in to number 21. Cannot shoot. Has to back it up to Hawkins. Hawkins holds the ball. Swings the ball back to the top of the circle. They work it into the free throw line. Shot is up. No good. Rebound, Jonathan Milloway. Milloway and the Wildcats back the other way. Pushes it up the floor. Driving with it across the line will come Oak Ridge. That'll be Jonathan Stewart. Fakes the three. Drives the baseline. Gets the layup good. He's knocked down a couple threes and faked it that time. Drew the defense to him and then had an easy baseline drive. 16-4 our score. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Karns Beavers. Hawkins with it across the time stripe. Works the ball to his left. Over goes to number 21. They work the ball to the wing. Trey Hawkins with it. Outside the three-point stripe. They give it off to Trayvon Jackson. Jackson wants to launch inside the arc. Good. He took a step across the line. They give him a three, but I think he was one step across, and that is his 5th point. Down the floor of the basketball, 16-7 our score. Jeremy Miller drives in for the shot. No good. Little bit of a contact there, but no call. They didn't call anything in the girls' game, so I guess they're not going to here as the Beavers work the ball down the floor. Here's a shot. That's got to be a charge. He calls a block and count the bucket. The Beavers are back into the game. They are not calling anything. It is a physical brand of basketball, and Karns is to within 7. 16-9 our score, 3:29 to play. Isaiah Johnson's going to come into the ballgame now for Oak Ridge. Checking out will come Kel Slater. Wildcats playing with Jeremy Miller, Jonathan Milloway, Jonathan Stewart, along with Isaiah Johnson and Preston Turner. Free throw is good. And the Wildcat lead is 6. 16-10 the score. Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge ball. Here it goes out to the top of the circle. Here goes Isaiah Johnson. Johnson and Miller around the Milloway left corner. Looks down low to Preston. Can't get the ball to him. Swings it around the perimeter. Out it goes Isaiah. Thought about shooting a three. Dribbles left. Gives it off to Turner. Preston Turner attacks inside. Goes in for the shot. Off the glass. Good. Preston Turner scores a bucket. And back the other way, once again, will come the Beavers. Moving left to right here. They work the ball in. They'll drive in along the baseline. Jackson goes in. Block shot. Missed it. Rebound, Preston Turner of the Wildcats. Preston going down the floor. 8-point game. Here goes to Jeremy Miller. Saves it on the right side. Lobs it into Milloway. Milloway drives, turns, spins, shoots. Missed it. Gets his own rebound. Nearly fouled. Saved by Jeremy Miller. Up for the shot. Good. Jeremy Miller puts it in for his first 2 points. And Oak Ridge leads 20-10. Here come the Beavers down the floor. Moving left to right with it, Trey Hawkins. Hawkins guarded by Jonathan Stewart. He lobs it across the way to Dalton Greer, who lost the handle of the basketball. Out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Oak Ridge. 2:25 to play first quarter as Stafford Shanklin comes into the ball game. Checking out of the game will come Jonathan Milloway. Wildcats try to get Tim Williams in the ball game. They're going to allow him to come in. Preston Turner is going to check out. 10-point game, 20-10 the score, 2:25 to play in the first period. Beaver basketball underneath the goal to work the ball in will be Dalton Greer. Greer on a bounce pass, works it into Jackson. Trayvon Jackson drives in for the shot. Good. That's a nice drive. He's got 7, and down the floor will come the Wildcats. Oak Ridge's lead is 8, 20-12, 2:13 to play in the first quarter. Down the floor with it will come Isaiah Johnson. Johnson's going to walk the ball across the time stripe. Dribble right, give it off to Tim Williams. Williams cannot shoot. Isaiah thought about an NBA range three. Gives it off to Jeremy. Jeremy Miller takes 3 dribbles. Lost his, saved in the left corner. Back it goes to Jonathan. Throws the ball away. Very poor pass intended for Tim Williams. And the Beavers have the basketball going down the floor. They miss a shot. Rebound, Karns. Goes in for the shot. They kick it out for a 3. He doesn't shoot it. Now they will from the left corner. No. Makes it a shorter shot. He drives in. What a terribly officiate a game this is. Trayvon Jackson gets a shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound. And what's the call? You got to finally call something. They were allowing so much physical play. And this time they are going to call the foul against number 25 for Karns. That's Trayvon Jackson. I think he finally realized we are letting way too much physical play get not called. And they finally call one, and Oak Ridge will get it. 20-12, an 8-point lead. Down the floor will come the Wildcats. 1:31 to play in the first period. With the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Jeremy Miller, junior player. The Wildcats only have one senior on the team. That's Isaiah Johnson. He gets it inside to Jeremy Miller, and Jeremy scores his 4th point. And down the floor with the basketball will come Karns once again. They'll dribble the ball quickly across the time stripe. Drive in for the shot. Blocked by Miller. And they call a foul against Jeremy. It was all ball. But that's the call. 1:08 to play, 22-12. It's a 10-point game, and Karns will go to the free throw line. His name is Bishop. He goes to the line. He is not on my official roster, but they have a roster up on the wall there. Bishop's free throw is good. Back to the free throw line will go Karns, 22-13 Oak Ridge. 1:08 to play in the first period. Back to the line will go the Karns Beavers. Toss is up, and it's good. Down the floor will come Isaiah Johnson. The Wildcat lead is 8, 22-14 the score. 1:05 to play in the first quarter. With the basketball will come the Wildcats. Isaiah Johnson fakes the 3, dribbles in, penetrates, might have carried the ball and did. It's going to be a turnover. The Wildcats do turn the ball over, and coming down with it will come the Beavers in a moment. They'll get it, and the Wildcats will put a little pressure in the rear court. Down the floor will come Karns. Oak Ridge's lead is 22-14. Wildcats wanted to set a trap. Dalton Greer has it outside the three-point line. He stops, works the ball. Now will pull up and shoot one. It's good. 3-point shot for Dalton Greer. Wildcats have got to guard a little bit better there. And it's a 5-point game. 22-17 the score. Tim Williams with the basketball. Around the floor it goes out to Jeremy Miller. Jeremy thought about shooting, throws the ball away. Wildcats are going to give up a dunk maybe on the other side. Here it is. He missed it. Rebound Karns knocked it out of bounds. Not going to get any calls here, that's for sure. Wildcats in a closer game than it should be. 22-17 the score. It'll be Karns basketball. Karns will work the ball in. And it comes to from number 12 up on the board. That is Henson. That is the coach's son. He works it into the corner. And it comes to Dalton Greer. Greer swings the ball around the perimeter. A near steal by Timmy Williams. Saved on the floor by Bishop. Bishop guarded by Williams. And then he's fouled by Tim Williams. That'll be the 4th team foul call against Oak Ridge. 16 seconds to play. Oak Ridge in the lead by a score of 22-17. It has been double digits, but it's a physical game and a little one-sided, honestly. I'm biased, of course, as Jonathan Stewart gets a steal, needs some help, dribbles, and brings it across the line with 5 seconds. Oak Ridge 3 seconds, and then a foul is going to be called against Karns with 2 seconds. Foul's going to go against Bishop. Oak Ridge only has 2.5 seconds. They're going to get Millaway and Miller into the ballgame. Tim Williams and Stafford Shanklin will check out. It'll be Oak Ridge. Let's see if they lob it up. It'll be Jonathan Stewart. They only have 2 seconds. Here comes the Millaway. Millaway with 1. A 3-pointer at the buzzer. No good as the first quarter comes to a close. 1 quarter in the books. Oak Ridge on top of Karns, 22-17. Back in 60 seconds. Welcome back once again to Karns High School. David Clary, Lee Wexler, along with Christian Rosas Rodriguez. The second quarter about to get underway here. 22-17. Karns with a little floating six-footer. Good. Wildcats had a double-digit lead. It's down to 3. 22-19 the score. Here comes Isaiah Johnson down the floor. Wildcats need to get the ball inside of Milloway. They do. On the left block, he takes Jackson strong to the hole. A little hook shot. No good. Rebound to Karns. Knocked out of bounds by the Beavers. Wildcat lead is 22-19, 7:40 to play here in the first half here at Karns High School. Nice crowd on hand here for this ball game as Wildcats working in Jeremy Miller, and he's fouled. And they called it that time. Personal foul is going to go against Bishop, and another whistle blows, and I think we're going to have a technical foul on Jonathan Milloway, and it's on 23. It's actually a double technical here, one on Karns, one on Oak Ridge. Well, it's the officials' fault, to be honest with you. They have allowed the game to be played ultra physical, and you're going to get that. If you don't call something and get control of the game, you're going to have a situation like that. The foul will send Jeremy Miller to the free throw line for the Wildcats. He has 4 points in the game, 22-19 Oak Ridge in the lead. Jeremy's first toss on his way up there, good. 5 points in the game for him. Karns substituting Trey Harper back in the ball game. Jeremy Miller will go back to the free throw line. 7:39 to play first half, 23-19. Oak Ridge in the lead. Miller's second toss up, good. Jeremy has 6. And back down the floor will come the Beavers in a moment as Jeremy Miller comes out of the game. Kel Slater is back in the contest. With the basketball will come Karns. They'll try to work the ball in, and they do. Wildcats playing a little pressure in the rear court as the Beavers bring it across the line quickly. They lob it down low. Here's a shot, no good. Jackson on the rebound. His shot is blocked. Taken away by Milloway. Just so much contact being allowed. Preston Turner with the basketball down the floor. Preston goes coast to coast. Goes in for the shot. Good. Great drive there by Preston Turner. Just used his quickness right there. And I've got him with 4 points. Here comes Karns back down the floor. It's a 7-point game. They break the press again with ease. And Dalton Greer has the ball knocked out of bounds, they say, by Oak Ridge. Went off his fingertips. Coach Green thought that he just lost the handle on it. So did I. It'll be Karns basketball. Greer will come out of the contest. Karns to work it in the corner. Then it comes to number 5 for them. That's Faulkner. He works the ball to the top of the circle. They get a 3 off. It's on its way. No good. Preston Turner commits the ultimate sin. He fouls a shooter in the act of shooting a 3. And to the free throw line will go number 12, the coach's son, Henson. It'll be Preston's first, actually his second personal foul. To the free throw line will go Karns. 26-19, Oak Ridge in the lead. Henson to the line, toss is good. 26-20 the score, 7:01 to play in the second period. Back to the line will go Henson. This is a rematch of last year's district championship game. Henson knocks down the second one. He'll have another one. Coach Green not happy with Preston right now, and he's going to pull him. 26-21, Oak Ridge by 5. Henson back to the free throw line. Oak Ridge currently has in the ball game Jonathan Milloway, Jeremy Miller, Jonathan Stewart, Isaiah Johnson, along with Kel Slater. All 3 tosses good, and we got a ball game. 26-22 the score. Down the floor with the basketball once again will come the Wildcats. Here goes Isaiah Johnson. Accelerates all the way to the hole. Good. Oh, no good. He missed it. Rebound to Karns. Missed a point-blank layup. Here comes Karns down the floor. He got a guard. They're going to bring it across the line. Dribble. Get a 10-footer off. It's up. No good. Rebound Jackson. Jackson kicks the ball back around the left wing, and then a travel is going to be called against Trey Hawkins. Wildcats did not play well in the second half of the ball game the other night and at Halls, and right now it's a 26-22 game, 6:37 to play in the basketball game, or the first half of the basketball game. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Wildcats. Oak Ridge's Jonathan Stewart with it. Goes into Milloway against Jackson. Goes in for the shot. He was fouled. No call. Down the floor will come the Beavers. If it's going to be a physical game, you got to match their physical play. If they're not going to call it, so you've got to match their physical play. Karns ball. They dribble in. unable to penetrate all the way down low. They back it up. 6:10 to play in the second quarter. 26-22 the score. Here's a three-point shot, no good. Rebound, Jonathan Stewart. Wildcats coming down the floor. Jonathan with a guy trailing him. That's Henson. He still floats it up there, no good. Tip back up, no good. Jackson has the rebound for the Beavers. Wildcats getting schooled on the boards as Karns works the ball outside for a three. Now they're going to drive in. Here's the shot. It's no good. You got to get a rebound. Here comes Oak Ridge with it. Kel Slater with it. Kel's going to come down the floor. Kel giving it up to Isaiah Johnson for the layup. Good. And he's fouled. Isaiah Johnson has an opportunity for a three-point play. Wildcat lead is back up to 6. It was double digits in the first quarter. In fact, Oak Ridge led, I think, by 12 at one point as Henson comes out of the game. Isaiah Johnson will go to the free throw line. Isaiah's got 2 points in the ball game, scored just a moment ago. 28-22, Wildcats, 6-point game. Isaiah's toss, no good. Down the floor will come Karns, moving left to right as we play with 5:38 to play in the second period. 28-22 the score. Beaver basketball. Here goes Trey Harper, guarded by Kel Slater. Trap, almost, got out of it and works the ball back to the top of the circle. Hawkins with it at the midcourt circle, calls somebody up high, and that's Trey Harper. Now he takes Isaiah, thought about taking Isaiah one-on-one in the paint, but did not do it. Backs it up once again with a pass over to number 5 in the ball game, that's Faulkner. Now they work the ball inside, now they kick it out for a three, it's wide open. It's no good. It is rebounded by Oak Ridge. Isaiah Johnson. Kel Slater, one dribble, and he is fouled aggressively and nicely picked up by the Beavers. That's an intentional foul, an unintentional intentional foul. Let's see if they list him in the act of shooting. They did not. It'll be a foul before that. And the 16 foul. The Oak Ridge basketball, it'll be Jonathan Stewart to work the ball in. Jonathan looks and fires. In it comes Isaiah Johnson. Isaiah takes his man, Trey Hawkins, to his left. Pulls up, takes a 15-footer. Good. I didn't think initially when he launched it that he should, but that's why I'm up here and he's down there. Oak Ridge by 8, 30-22, 4:49 to play. Also, I'm about 40 years older, too. Karns with the basketball. Here it goes, the Beavers setting it out to the top of the circle. Here it goes to Trey Hawkins. Hawkins guarded by Oak Ridge's Jeremy Miller. The Wildcats have one senior on the roster. Karns drives in, and a reach-in foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. It's on the floor, but it's still the 7th team foul called against the Wildcats. 4:34 to play in the first half, 30-22 the score. Karns will go to the free throw line with Trey Hawkins. Foul is going to be called on the scoreboard on Jeremy Miller, and that is his 3rd personal foul. So Jeremy's going to have to sit a long time in this game. Stafford Shanklin's going to play a while, and he loves that because he's a former Karns Beaver. As Hawkins goes to the free throw line, 30-22 our score. Free throw, no good. Rebounded by Stafford. Stafford down the floor, giving it off to Kel Slater. Slater works the ball across the time stripe, falls down, picks up his dribble, works it off to Stafford. Back to Kel it goes. Oak Ridge on top, 30-22 with the basketball. 4:21 to play in the first half. Jonathan Stewart has knocked down 2 threes already in this game. Thought about shooting another one. Now he's going to penetrate. Nice move. Goes in for the shots. Blocked. Stafford Shanklin on the rebound. Up. No good. Draws the foul from Karns, and Stafford Shanklin will go to the free throw line for the Wildcats. Foul called against the Beavers. It's going to go against number 25, Traven Jackson, 6'4 senior, and Stafford Shanklin is going to go to the free throw line. Stafford yet to score in the ball game. This will be his first attempts. Lee Wexler doing our camera work currently. Christian Rosas Rodriguez as well. Free throw is good. Stafford has his first point, and Oak Ridge leads 31-22, trying to make it back to a 10-point game. Stafford on his way, good. Pretty shot by Stafford, and that's his first 2 points, and Oak Ridge lead is 10, 32-22. The girls won today, 72-10. Down the floor with the basketball will come the with the Karns Beavers. Sorry, the Lady Beavers really outclassed in that game. Oak Ridge ball. On defense, that is. I'm trying to get refocused here. A near steal by the Wildcats, and then a holding foul on the floor is going to be called. And I think he did. I think he blew past him, and he reached in and grabbed him, and that's going to send Karns to the free throw line. That is the 8th team foul called against the Wildcats. It's the 2nd foul called against Kel Slater, and that's going to send Trey Hawkins one in the bonus to the free throw line. 10-point Oak Ridge lead, 32-22. Toss, good. Back to a 9-point game, 32-23. Back to the free throw line once again. Will go the Karns Beavers. Trey Hawkins, 5'8". He is a senior. Looks at the second toss, good. Makes it an 8-point game. Here come the Wildcats down the floor, moving right to left, wearing their all gray jerseys. 32-24 the score. With the basketball will come Kel Slater. Slater gives it over to Jonathan Stewart. The Wildcats working inside Isaiah Johnson. Shot was deflected a bit and taken away by Karns. Good play by the Beavers, and here they come down the floor. The Wildcats just cannot stand prosperity to get the lead up any. With the basketball will come Trey Hawkins, guarded out high by Isaiah Johnson. Takes him one-on-one, nearly fouled, lost the ball. Milloway steals it. Stafford Shanklin could have a dunk against Karns. He does! 2-point jam, two-hand slam. Stafford Shanklin at Karns, where he came from, jammed it home. Stafford Shanklin. Coach Henson thought he held on to the rim. That was a dunk, a two-handed, motivational, big-time dunk by Stafford Shanklin, and Oak Ridge leads 34-24. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back once again to the Karns High School gym. Oak Ridge up by 10. And then what's the call? A warning has been issued to Lee Henson. The head coach of the Karns Beavers evidently said something to the official. 10-point Oak Ridge game, 34-24 the score. Karns basketball. They've got a new guy in the ball game. They get Hawkins inside. Hawkins' shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Isaiah Johnson. Wildcats running with 3 minutes to play. Isaiah, free throw line. Finger rolls it up there. Good. Count it, and he's fouled. Didn't guard him. He got great middle penetration. Took it all the way down the floor, and Coach Henson has been teed up. They warned him, and he's got a technical. As Isaiah Johnson will go to the free throw line. I think the official is just tired of hearing it, as Oak Ridge will go to the free throw line. It'll be Isaiah Johnson. Oak Ridge by 12, 36-24. Getting chippy here. It's the official's fault as Isaiah knocks down the toss. Isaiah with 7. He goes to the free throw line one more time. 37-24. Good. Isaiah now with 8. He's still standing there. He's going to get another one. This is actually his 3rd free throw. Good. Pretty productive trip for the Wildcat senior. And Oak Ridge leads by 15, 39-24, 3:02 to play in the first half of this game here on PrepRadio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're on the internet streaming on YouTube at Prep Radio. Oak Ridge on top, 39-24. Oak Ridge basketball, Jonathan Stewart, Isaiah Johnson. Jonathan Milloway gets a shot blocked, and he's fouled. Jonathan's going to be shooting free throws here. Getting physical, getting chippy. But as I said, the officials allowed this physical play early on, and it has set the tone. And it got chippy, and it's getting chippier as Jonathan Milloway goes to the free throw line. I've got Jonathan with 6 points. We'll check that at halftime. 39-25. Knocks down the free throw. 7 points for him. Back to the free throw line will go the junior Jonathan Milloway. Second toss, good. He's a good free throw shooter. Down the floor will come Karns. Hawkins with the basketball, 41-24. So all of a sudden, the Wildcats have built up a tremendous lead here, doing it primarily with the fouls, technicals, and the momentum dunk as Dalton Greer gets a shot up. No good, missed it. Kel Slater on the rebound. Kel's going to bring the ball down the floor. Kel's going to drive coast to coast, go in for the shot. Good. Kel Slater has his 4th point. Fearless as he takes it to the rim, and Oak Ridge leads by 19. 43-24 the score, 2:24 to play in the first half. With the basketball will come Karns. Out it goes to Trey Hawkins. Hawkins guarded by Isaiah Johnson. Dribbles in, left extension to the free throw line to Henson for 3. Off the rim, no good. Milloway on the rebound. The Wildcats are up 19. 2 minutes to play in the first half, 43-24. Milloway, three-pointer, top of the key, good! 3-point shot. Jonathan Milloway, and the Wildcats lead is over 20 now. 46-24 the score. It's a 22-point lead for the Wildcats. Here comes Karns down the floor. With the basketball will come Trey Hawkins. Hawkins walks it across the line. 1:48 to play, second quarter. 46-24 the Wildcats in the lead. Karns with the basketball. Dalton Greer, 6'2 senior, works the ball to the right side. Over it goes to Jaden Brown, who holds it, gives it up to number 5. Thought about shooting. They do will from the left wing. It's up no good. Isaiah on the rebound. Wildcats running again. Isaiah stutter steps as he brings the ball across the line. Drives the paint, goes in for the shot, cooks the ball to the left side and turned it over. Taken on the floor by the Beavers. Coast to coast, they work the ball in, throw the ball down low, wanting to shoot, blocked by Milloway. Saved away by the Wildcats. Here it goes to Kel Slater. And then a whistle blows, and another foul is going to be called. It's going to go against Karns, and Coach Henson wants a timeout. 46-24 Oak Ridge by 22. We'll be back to Karns in a moment. Back here along with Lee Wexler, Christian Rosas Rodriguez. We're about 1:11 away from halftime. Oak Ridge on top, 46-24. We had a close ball game. 5 points after the end of the first quarter, but it's been all Oak Ridge in the second half of the second quarter. And Oak Ridge is trying to extend their lead here. I think the momentum shifted when Stafford Shanklin two-hand stuffed it on his former teammates as Kel Slater goes to the free throw line. Kel will have 2 shots here. Sophomore point, puts the shot on his way up there, good. Kel's got 5. And back to the free throw line will go Oak Ridge. The Wildcats on top, 47-24 as we play here at Karns High School. Kel back to the free throw line. Looks at the second toss. Lefty puts it up there, good. He's got 6, and here comes Karns down the floor. 48-24, the Wildcats in the lead. 1:07 to play in the second period. Beaver basketball. They work the ball to the left side. Dribbling with it will come Trey Hawkins. Outside a screen, set by number 25. Jackson goes in for the shot, no good. Does draw the foul from Oak Ridge, and that'll send Karns to the free throw line. Trey Hawkins will go to the charity stripe. Sarcastic applause by the Karns fans who don't like the physical nature of the game, but it started that way on the opposite end for Oak Ridge. But when you're down 48-24, you got to cheer something as Trey Hawkins goes to the line. Free throw is good. Trey is a 5'8 senior as Tim Williams comes into the ballgame. Kel Slater will check out. Also staying in the ballgame, Jonathan Stewart, Stafford Shanklin, Jonathan Milloway, Isaiah Johnson. As I mentioned, Tim Williams in there. 56 seconds to play. Hawkins back to the line. Second toss, good. Good free throw shooter. And here come the Wildcats down the floor up by 22. 48-26. Here comes Oak Ridge across the time stripe. Isaiah Johnson, left side. Jonathan Stewart had Timmy early, couldn't get the ball to him. Jonathan's got it. Three-pointer, right corner's up. No good. Stafford can't pull down the rebound. Karns does. Jay Clowers pulls it away. 48-26 Wildcats. Here comes Karns with the basketball. Trey Hawkins dribbles the ball at the midcourt line. 32 seconds to play. Hawkins dribbles left, kicks the ball, and throws it away. Tried to penetrate and drive and try to draw a foul, but lost the handle of the basketball. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. It'll be the Wildcats with 28 seconds to play. Play is halted again. Not exactly sure why. I think they're evidently a student either said something, threw something, did something, And I think those guys are headed to the exit because the official came and got the cops. When the constables are aroused, people start moving. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Isaiah Johnson, 20 seconds to play. 48-26, the Wildcats will play for the final shot. 2 police officers moving into position right here. As the Wildcats, Stafford has it to Jonathan Milloway, around to Isaiah Johnson. 8 seconds. Wildcats, Isaiah, reverse layup. Will he shoot it? He does. He missed it, though. Rebounded by Karns with 2, with 1. At the buzzer, no good as the first half comes to a close. Oak Ridge in the lead, 48-26. Boys game here from Karns High School. We'll take a break. We'll send it back once again. Our sponsors, Oak Ridge Utility District, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Pharmacy, along with Mortgage Investors Group. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
At the end of the first half, Lady Vols 31, Yukon 28.
Welcome back once again to Karns High School, where we are at halftime of the boys game, and Oak Ridge leads it 48-26. Earlier today, the Lady Wildcats had a tremendous victory over Karns. Final score was 72-10. Looking at the individual scoring, we'll do that here in a bit. We'll let Lee Wexler run down the scoring of the girls' game. I can tell you in this one, it was a close ball game up until about halfway through the second quarter. And I honestly think it was Stafford Shanklin's dunk that kind of got the whole Wildcat team going. The momentum, of course, as people might not know, he transferred from Karns. He was a Karns Beaver at one point, and he two-hand stuffed it. One of the more impressive dunks I have seen since T. Higgins was at Oak Ridge High School. It was a thing of beauty in the first half here. As we're going to work on the statistics here in a minute. Gives me an opportunity to remind everybody that tomorrow we will be at Anderson County High Schools. The Wildcats take on the Mavericks. Girls game will be at 6 o'clock. The boys game will be at 7:30. We'll try to stream the video again from Anderson County. Haven't talked to their athletic director about that. Most of the time they're pretty accommodating to allow us to do that. Gary Terry is the man there, but I'll ask him tomorrow. So hopefully we'll be able to stream that video on YouTube at Prep Radio or on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We are also on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're going to take a quick break. Oak Ridge in the lead at the half, 48-26. We'll be back to Karns in a moment. Welcome back once again to Karns High School. The Wildcats on top 48-26. That's our score here. Earlier today, the Lady Wildcats were victorious in their ball game. As I mentioned, we'll have the complete rundown of the stats here in a second. I think Lee's about ready to do the stats here. Lee, you want me to go ahead and do the girls' stats, or you want to go ahead and start?
Guys.
Lee's going to start.
All right, I'll go ahead and start the guys' stats. Here in the first quarter, a total of 22 points. Kel Slater totaling to 2, Jonathan Stewart at 8, Preston Turner 2, Jonathan Milloway adding up to 6, and Jeremy Miller at 4. Now to the second quarter, they got a total of 26 points. Kel Slater totaling to 4, Stafford Shanklin 4, Isaiah Johnson at 9, Jonathan Milloway at 5, and Jeremy Miller at 2. As our score at halftime here is 48-26. Oak Ridge leads here at Karns.
Why don't you run down the scoring of the Lady Wildcats in their win earlier today?
So the Lady Wildcats won 72-10. Our final scoring there, our total statistics. Kamari Mitchell-Steen totaling 24, Talia Davis 4, Samaj Clark 12, Bree Dunbar 10, Rajay Eccles 6, Lauren Hart 2, Gracie Heron 6, Hope Holt 8. And Avery Lockhart 2, Anna Kate Reichter 2, Shaughnessy Waller 2, and that's all our scoring for the Lady Wildcats.
Going to take a break here. 48-26 is our score. The Wildcats on top here at the half. We're going to take a break, send it back to the station. We'll be back to Karns in a moment.
That's
Welcome back once again to Karns High School. The second half of this game about to get underway here. The Wildcats in the lead, 48-26. And we're about to get underway. Wildcats will get the ball first as we play here. And it'll be the Wildcats with the basketball, and down the floor with it once again will come Oak Ridge's Isaiah Johnson. Johnson works the ball out to the top of the circle, works the ball to the left, inside Jeremy Miller for the shot. It's up, good. Jeremy Miller has his first 2 points of the second half, and down the floor with the basketball once again will come the Beavers. Oak Ridge on top, 50-26, 7:35 to play here in this one. Third quarter anyway. Here's a steal by Jonathan Stewart, and then he's grabbed his pants, pulled him back, and that is going to be a personal foul called against Karns. So with 7.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, it's 50-26, and the Wildcats will have the basketball side front court. Jonathan works it into Isaiah Johnson. Johnson works the ball to the top of the circle. Isaiah comes off on the left side. Back it goes to Jeremy Miller. Around to Preston Turner. Around to the right. They've got a three off. It's up. No good. Rebounded for a second by Isaiah. Pulled down on the floor by the Beavers. And all the way in for a shot. No good. Milloway has the rebound. Milloway to Jonathan Stewart. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor to Jeremy Miller. Double team. Gives it out to Jonathan. And the travel is going to be called against the Wildcat, and Karns will get it on the turnover. Once again, we appreciate you watching or listening to our broadcast tonight as the Wildcats lead it 50-26. They led it 46-28 at the halfway mark. Karns with the basketball here, trying to do double duty, stats and broadcasting and keeping the technical side of things going as they put up a three. It's up, good. And a guy kind of demonstrates when he's got a three when you're down 50-29. I just don't get it. 6:32 to play. A foul is going to be called against Karns. Wildcats currently with the basketball, leading 50-29. It'll be Oak Ridge ball underneath the goal. Jonathan works it left side. Preston Turner for three. It's up. No good. Karns had it, and then they knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge with the basketball underneath the goal. 6:28 to play in the third quarter. 50-29 the score. Jonathan works it in. Jeremy Miller, right corner, around to Preston. Over goes Isaiah Johnson, top of the circle, fakes the three, now will shoot the three, top of the key. It's going to be way short. Rebounded by Karns. Here come the Beavers down the floor. 50-29, Oak Ridge by 21. 6:14 to play in the third quarter. Karns basketball. Here it goes to Dalton Greer. Greer works the ball left side to Zach Forsyth. Works the ball to the baseline. They get it to the left corner to Hawkins, who launches a three. Good. Hawkins hits the shot, and just like that, it's an 18-point game. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Got to get back into their offense, which is get the ball inside to Milloway. Here comes Isaiah Johnson. The Wildcats did this in the second half. Here's another three. Like I said, this is what they did at Halls, trying to pad the stats here as opposed to just pushing the ball inside. Here comes a deflection out of bounds by Preston Turner. I think they got to get back on their offense. They lead it by 18. Not worried about losing the ball game, but you want to do the things that got you the big lead, and shooting the three ball is not how they did it. 50-32 our score, 5:40 to play here in the third period. Here from Karns tomorrow night will be at Anderson County High School as the Wildcats take on the Mavericks. Karns basketball, they go backdoor. They won't shoot it. Bishop backs it up, swings it out left side to Dalton Greer. He baseline jumper is up, in and out, no good. Milloway on the rebound. Jonathan Milloway takes one dribble, gives it over to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson quickly and Jeremy Miller fakes, goes in for the shot, good. Jeremy Miller, I've got him with 10, and back the other way once again will come Karns. 52-32, back to a 20-point lead for the Wildcats. Karns coast to coast, shot is up, no good. Foul call, I believe, against Isaiah Johnson. I think Trey Hawkins' quickness kind of surprises Oak Ridge. He comes charging down the floor and blows past his defender, and they reach in and commit the personal foul. Karns at the line. It'll be Trey Hawkins. Not a big guy. They list him at 5'8". Tosses up there, good. One thing that Karns has done well, and that's shoot some free throws here. Back to a 19-point Oak Ridge lead, 52-33, 5:14 to play here in the third period. Back to the free throw line, Trey Hawkins. Toss, clang off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Jonathan Milloway. Wildcats moving left to right here in the second half, wearing their all gray jerseys with cardinal and white trim. The Beavers in their white jerseys with blue trim. Oak Ridge ball, Jonathan Stewart fakes it, gives it into Isaiah. Thought about a three, goes to Milloway. He's double teamed. Back to Preston he goes. Preston drives in, shot is blocked, but a foul's called against Karns, and Preston Turner will go to the free throw line for Oak Ridge. Preston Turner, I've got him at 4. He'll go to the free throw line with 2 shots. 4 minutes, 55 seconds to play. Third quarter. Preston Turner will go to the free throw line. Foul in the act of shooting. He knocks down the toss. Preston has 5 in the ball game. Oak Ridge currently playing with Jonathan Milloway, Jeremy Miller, Jonathan Stewart, Isaiah Johnson. Preston knocks down both tosses and back the other way once again will come the Beavers. They've hit a couple threes here in the third quarter here to make it a closer ball game. 21-point advantage for the Wildcats, 54-33 the score. Karns with the basketball, Traven Jackson with it. Dribbles, lost the ball, rolling out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by the Wildcats. Oak Ridge trying to maintain their undefeated mark in the district and beat Karns for the first time this season. Our first look at them, honestly. This game was originally scheduled for December the 10th. As the ball is worked into Traven. Traven Jackson, one-on-one against Jeremy Miller. Spins, blocked by Milloway. Saved by Hawkins. Finger rolls it up, good. Nice play on the offensive putback, and Oak Ridge's lead is 19. 54-35 the score. Isaiah with the basketball. Finds Miller free to Jonathan. Jonathan drives right, kicks it out to Preston Turner for 3. It's on target. Oh, rimmed out. Miller on the rebound. Goes up with a shot, no good. Draws a foul and kind of wrenched his back, it looked like, in doing so, and Jeremy Miller will go to the free throw line. He's got a smile on his face. It was kind of an awkward looking shot. The foul was called on number 14, Dalton Greer, his second. Team foul number 4 called against Karns. Jeremy Miller to the free throw line, looks at the toss. Good. Jeremy with 11 points. Back to the free throw line he goes. 55-35, a 20-point advantage for the Wildcats. Second toss. Puts it up there. No good. Rebounded by Karns. Coming down with the basketball will come the Beavers. They get another shot up. Good. Tell you, somebody the Wildcats haven't been able to contain, and that is Trey Hawkins. It's 55-37. Down the floor with the basketball once again will come Oak Ridge. Here it goes out to the top of the circle. With it will come Preston Turner. Just to the left, over to Isaiah. Isaiah dribbles in, penetrates, little 6-footer, floats it in good. Isaiah Johnson knocks it in, and down the floor with the basketball will come Karns once again in a 20-point game. 57-37 the score. With the basketball will come the Beavers, and then a whistle blows and a foul is going to be called. I think Thomas Cox is in the house here. We'll see if he wants to come over and help me. And that'll be nice, as the Karns Beavers will work the ball in. Looking, firing, and it comes to the top of the circle. Aller goes on the right side. They'll set it up to number 5. Wildcats currently in the lead, 57-37. Hawkins along the baseline, kicks it out to his left, kicks it out to the top of the circle. Now they penetrate in. Bishop does. Wanted to shoot, goes into Traven Jackson. Little hook shot, no good. Rebounded by Milloway. Milloway down the floor. Works it off to Johnson, pulls up, shoots, it's up, no good. Tipped by Jeremy Miller, wanted to go back up, but the ball's lost out of bounds. And once again, it'll be the Wildcats with the basketball underneath the goal. They lead at 57-37, 3:09 to play here in the third quarter. And it'll be once again the Wildcats to work the ball in. Ball's worked into Jeremy Miller. Around the horn it goes to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson thought about a 3, won't take it. Backs it up once again. Swings the ball to Jonathan Stewart. Around to Isaiah. Isaiah pulls up, shoots 3, no good. Battles for his own rebound, gets it, shoots it right back up, banks it in good. And down the floor with the basketball, Isaiah Johnson scores again. And Isaiah having a fine night. I've got him at 13. Of course, that might be inaccurate as the ball is worked down for Karns. 2:41 to play third quarter. 59-37. With the basketball will come the Beavers. Traven Jackson gets Jonathan Milloway airborne. He still missed the shot. Rebounded by Milloway. 2:30 to play. 59-37 the score. Wildcats, Jeremy Miller with a layup good. Jeremy scores off the glass, and Oak Ridge's lead is 61-37. Down the floor with the basketball once again will come the Beavers. Thomas Cox in the house here. Thomas will be joining me here. And Thomas, instead, would you rather do play-by-play or would you like to do color?
I'll happily do play-by-play, but I don't know the names of any of the Karns players. So, they're right in front of me. Who would have thought? Karns kicks it back out of three-point line. The ball is in the air, and it is good. Karns has no chance, Dave. I'm not going to lie. It's a 21-point lead with 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter as Isaiah takes it to the hoop. And what a beautiful scoop, but it does not go in. It is knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Karns' ball. If they were to have a chance, they would have to knock down 3 after 3 just like that, Dave. 61-40. Oak Ridge leads in the third period. 1 minute and 40 remaining. Did you see Stafford's dunk earlier?
Absolutely, I did. Luckily, Christian Rosas, our camera guy, got a really, really good shot of it. So Stafford, of course, a Karns guy, transferred from Karns, so it's extra special for him for sure.
Trey Hawkins dribbles it across half court, passes over to number 5. I don't have his name on here. As Dave points to the sheet, it's not on there. Passing the ball around the three-point arc, Karns looking for a little bit of action inside. They're looking for back cuts, and it's just not happening. Oak Ridge's defense is suffocating. Stafford has his man in the post. He's going to hit a dicing and slicing Trey Hawkins, who misses the layup. Oak Ridge gets the rebound. Kell almost turns it over. Isaiah's got it. He's bringing it across half court. Takes it all the way to the hoop. No one steps in his way, and just kind of a lazy left-handed finger roll as it goes in as we're under a minute now in the third quarter. Oak Ridge up by 23, and Isaiah now has 15. Karns lazily walks it across. Oak Ridge in their man-to-man defense. They enter it into the elbow extended step back 3 from number 5 is no good. Stafford's going to pull the rebound down and outlet it to Isaiah. Isaiah bringing it across half court. He brings it all the way to the three-point line. They're not picking up the ball at all, David. As Isaiah backed it out, they kick it down in the corner. 3 on the way from Kell is good. It didn't even touch the net. It went straight through. Oak Ridge now has a 26-point lead as Trey Hawkins dribbles it across for Karns. Setting up the offense. Trey Hawkins is outside the three-point line dancing around. He's about the best ball handler and quickest offender I have seen in this district as he takes it to the hoop and gets fouled. Foul is going to be on number 1 of Oak Ridge. That's Stafford. Like I was saying, Dave, Trey Hawkins, a 5'8" senior here for Karns, is quick. He's a great ball handler and a great defender. When Preston Turner's been in, he's done a great job of locking him down. The ball is going to be inbounded, and Nick Dallas is going to knock it away as he just checked into the ballgame. Stafford's going to outlet it quickly to Kell. Kell's going to go to the basket with the right hand, his offhand, and finish. 68-40 as we end the third quarter. Oak Ridge is absolutely dominant here at Karns High School.
Thomas, let's take a break here. 68-40 the score. We'll be back in 60 seconds. David Clary, Thomas Cox, Matthew Swigert, Lee Wexler, Christian Rosas Rodriguez here with us as well. Oak Ridge on top, 68-40. Thomas, you want to do a little bit more?
Sure, I'll be a horse. I was horse after the football game this spring. Number 5, we do have his name now. Morgan Simpson dribbles in, kicks it out for a 3 from number 12. That's Hannah Bruce. I'm looking at the women's roster, Dave. Oh, man, it's good to be back. Quite rusty. Nick Dallas checks into the game for the Wildcats. He's going to inbound the ball to Kell Slater. Slater, the left-handed guard for the Wildcats, is going to dribble it into the half court and set the Wildcats up. Kicks the ball over into the corner. He's going to bring it back out to Timothy Williams, who's also checked into the ball game. Oak Ridge with a new lineup here with a 28-point lead in the fourth quarter. Karns sinks back into a 2-3 zone as Oak Ridge is working the ball around high-low with their post. The three is on the way from the Wildcats, is going to be a little bit long, and it's going to be rebounded and then knocked away by Kai Hirsch, but pulled down again by Karns as they dribbled across. Number 5, the no-named player from Karns, sets up their offense as Oak Ridge sticks in their patented man-to-man. He's dribbling inside, passes it back out. A three is going to be on the way from number 21 at the top of the key, and it's going to be short. Rebound's going to go to Slater. Slater across to number 15 of the Wildcats. That's Lucas Searcy. He's going to be tripped up and fouled. 7:04 remaining in the fourth quarter. Matthew, you seen anything you like from the Wildcats tonight?
I like how the young guys stepping up. Stafford coming home and making that big dunk to get this crowd hyped.
That's right. If you didn't see it, which you didn't because you're listening at home, Matthew referenced it. Stafford Shanklin of the Wildcats had a massive dunk against his former team, Karns. The pass is going to be inside. Beautiful from Timothy Williams. No look to Nick Dallas at the block as he finishes. The junior from Oak Ridge to the other junior from Oak Ridge. Nick Dallas looks like he could be a fantastic defensive end for the Wildcats. He's got so much muscle on his body. The three is on the way for the Karns. It's going to be pulled down by Dallas. Dallas' outlet's going to be a little bit strong. He gets away from Shanklin. It's going to be taken away by the Beavers as they're bringing it across, trying to get in their half-court offense. Number 5 penetrates, backs it back out. He's going to work it inside the big number 50, Jay Clowers of the Beavers. Who's going to put up a shot in the middle of the paint, and it's going to be good. Nice touch there by Jay Clowers, a 6'7" senior, as Oak Ridge brings it back across. Lucas is penetrating. He's going to pass out to Dallas. Dallas, nice little jump stop in the paint. Floater, good. 4 quick points for Nick Dallas as the Wildcats lead 72-42 with 6:05 left in the ballgame. A 30-point lead here against a district opponent. Karns dribbling it across. They're just going to take it easy. Not much they can do this late in the ballgame at a 30-point deficit. Number 5 is dribbling around. Kel Shanklin is guarding him. Number 5 brings it in, little pump fake, kicks it back out to number 21 of the Beavers. Ball's over to number 33. That's Jaden Brown. He's going to kick it across to number 12. We don't have a lot of names here for these players as we are late in the ball game and deep into the bench. Karns dribbling it around, a little dribble weave at the top of the key, looking around, just eating clock. A nice little move by number 5, fires up a brick, rebounded by Nick Dallas. Dallas has had quite the impact here in the first 2.5 minutes of the fourth quarter as the ball is going to be knocked away by number 12 of the Beavers as Oak Ridge is going to sub a little bit. Coming in for the Wildcats is number 5, Flip Thompson. Who else came in here, Dave? Number 14 for the Wildcats, that's Jamison Upsgraff. Kai Hirsch is in the ballgame as well. Nick Dallas. Upgraff has the ball in the corner. He's going to pass it around to number 5, Flip Thompson. Thompson dribbling around, passes over to Dallas. Dallas to Searcy. Back to Upgraff. He's going to drive the baseline looking for someone. He's got Dallas posted up, and he throws the ball away. Karns takes it. They're going to bring it across half court. I am being nice. Number 12 drives the baseline. He's going to be fouled by Flip Thompson. Matthew is a football player and a baseball player for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Matthew, how's the baseball season going to be for the Wildcats this year?
I think it's going to be a good one. We have a whole starting lineup returning, and we have a bright season coming ahead of us.
Join the Wildcats as Coach Travis Free enters his second season as a baseball coach at the helm for the Wildcats. 4:55 remaining. Oak Ridge has a 30-point lead. Number 12 is driving in the paint for Karns. He's going to fire up a shot. There could be a foul called on about 4 different players. He took about 2 seconds to call it, and he finally did. The foul is going to be on number 5, Flip Thompson, sending number 12, Jonathan Smith, to the line to shoot. His last name is Faulkner, actually, as I look over at the side of the wall with all the names on it. The first free throw is up. I'm just kidding. His last name is Henson. I looked at number 5.
Coach Henson's son.
Coach Henson's son, number 12, misses the front end of his 2 free throw attempts. 4:50 remaining in the ball game. The Wildcats up by 30. Second one is good. Henson with a point. Flip Thompson brings it across. He looks for Timothy Williams, who just checked in the ball game. Thompson's going to fire a 3. Good. Wide open 3 from the wing for Flip Thompson. Gets his first 3 of the game. Extends the Wildcat lead back to 32 with 4:35 remaining. Karns enters their offense and stolen away. Number 14 for the Wildcats, Jamison Upgraff, takes it all the way to the hoop, lays it up and in. Beautiful anticipation of the pass from the Beavers offense. Upgraff steals it, takes it all the way to the hole. No contest. Lays it up and in. Karns trying to get into their offense. He's going to drive baseline. It's going to be knocked away by Kai Hirsch. Great job by the junior who just joined the Wildcats basketball team this year. Timothy Williams brings it across very fast. Passes over to Upcraft. Upcraft drives the baseline and is blocked by number 50, Jay Clowers, the 6'7 senior. Back tipped by Kai Hirsch in the fast break for the Beavers. Back tipped twice by Kai Hirsch from the fast break with the Beavers. As the pass goes inside to Jay Clowers, who's finished. The ball was going everywhere, rumbling and stumbling. And I am losing my breath, Dave. There's a certain amount of endurance that comes with doing basketball games that don't come with football. There's a lot of dead time in football. Basketball, it's just moving and moving. Has 3:52 remaining in the ball game.
I don't remember the last time you and I did a ball game. I think it was like 2012, maybe 2013.
Yeah, probably. I was a senior in 2012. I believe our last basketball game was my senior year of 2012. 3 on the way from Flip Thompson. A little short, but Kai Hirsch is going to pull down the rebound. He's going to fire a 3 short and rebounded again by Thompson. Oak Ridge keeping it alive on offense. You love to see this if you're Coach Green. Passes over to Timothy Williams of the wing. He's going to drive in the paint, kick it out again to Kai Hirsch. Kai Hirsch wearing a sleeve on his leg. I asked him, what is that? He said, that's drip. I don't know what that means, but I think it has to do with swag. Thompson controls the ball.
He probably knows.
Yeah, well, we'll go to Matthew in the next commercial break. Timothy Williams fires an NBA range 3, extends the lead to 80-45 with 3:05 remaining in the ball game as the clock ticks away on the Beavers' chance to come back on the Wildcats. I think it ticked away with that dunk in the second quarter. Karns is going to dribble the ball around Trey Harper, passes it off to number 11, Darren Hamilton. The 5'7 senior backs it up. He's looking down his man. That's Timothy Williams. He's going to drive into the paint. He kicks it out to number 4, Trey Harper again. Harper back to Hamilton. Hamilton's looking, trying to drive on Williams, who's not giving him any space. Harper's going to drive the baseline after the pass. Is going to kick it back out to number 20, Zach Forsyth, who's going to fire a 3 and hit with a hand in his face. You got to wonder if you're Coach Hinson, where has that been all night? Williams is going to bring it across for the Wildcats and kick it back out to Thompson. Thompson's going to pass it over to Cersei. Cersei's going to fire a 3. No good. Rebound by Jay Clowers. Clowers is going to pass it out to Trey Harper, who's going to bring it across for the Beavers. Looks over to number 20, Forsyth, who just made a 3 on his last trip down the court. Guarded closely by Upcraft. He's going to drive it to the hoop. Fire up, no good, but Jay Clowers is going to put on the rebound once and twice again after he misses the shot. He's going to kick it out to number 33. Jaden Brown is going to drive, finish, and be fouled for a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. Nice move there by Jaden Brown. And to finish with contact, as he's going to go to the line and try to connect, and Nick Dallas is going to check back in for the Wildcats. Swagger, can you fill us in on what the word drip means?
You were basically right. Just swag, good-looking clothes, just make yourself look cool.
You heard it straight from the horse's mouth, folks. Beavers at the free throw line. Brown's free throw is up and no good. Stetson Shanklin's Stafford Shanklin's checks back in for the Wildcats. The 3 is going to be on the way from Timothy Williams. Good. I played a pickup game with Timothy this year, and he hit everything he threw up. It was a sign of things to come. 83-50, the Wildcats lead with under a minute and 40 seconds remaining in the ball game. The clock is ticking on the Beavers. I don't know why I keep saying that, Dave. They have no chance. Ball's going to go.
As the girls' game, it was 72-10 was the final.
Okay, I didn't make it here for that game, and it sounds like I missed a blowout. Any update on the renewal of the Lady Vols and the Huskies rivalry tonight?
I heard him say earlier that the Lady Vols were ahead. I'll check it real quick for you, Mr. Cox.
Mr. Cox. Wow. I'm not used to that one. Darren Hamilton fires up a free throw. No good. Rebound's going to go to Stafford. Stafford's going to pass it across to Flip Thompson. Thompson's going to get up to Tim Williams. He's going to look inside to Nick Dallas. Had to be a foul there by Jay Clowers, but because the game's so late, I don't think the ref was going to blow it dead. Runner is up and no good. Rebound by Jaden Brown for the Beavers is good. Nice job. The Huskies currently lead 38-33. So if you're at home, you're probably watching that game and listening to this one. That's what I would do if I were you. Stafford's going to kick it out to Thompson. Thompson's going to dribble in. The ball is going to be deflected off the hands of Nick Dallas. The clock is just running away here with the mercy rule.
We're also streaming the video live on YouTube right now at Prep Radio, so they could be watching us also on Channel 15 as well, because the video is on 15.
I didn't know we could do such a thing. That's pretty awesome. Beavers are passing it around. Man, that puts a lot of pressure on this. People know how bad I was doing now.
Man. I like your shirt, though, Thomas. Looks good.
You know, you got to rep the Braves even though they break your heart in the offseason every year. Williams is going to pull down the rebound for the Wildcats and dribble it across as the clock is now down to 20 seconds. He's going to fake a three, kick it across to Upcraft, who's going to hold the ball and let the clock tick away. As Oak Ridge does their little clap thing they do at the end of the ball game. 10 seconds left, up 31 points. Hard-fought effort tonight by the Wildcats. Love to see them penetrate and finish at the rim like they did and draw fouls, Dave. Great win for the Wildcats in district play as they are victorious at Karns High School, 83-52. We'll take a break and we'll be back here, run down some stats and an interview with Coach Green.
Good job, Thomas. I can take it from here if you want me to.
Feels good, feels good.
What? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm not.
To be honest with you, every offseason since we've got in conference, what are we doing? At least we have our coach. At least our coach is he's a red team.
Welcome back once again to Karns High School. I want to thank all our sponsors for tonight's game, the Oak Ridge Utility District, along with Tim Bank of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Pharmacy and Mortgage Investors Group. Boy, they turned the lights off pretty quick at our place, but this is about as quick as I've ever seen them turn the lights off.
Complete blackout here, except for the lights where we're sitting, which I don't know what that says about us, but...
Well, I guess they don't trust us. They want us illuminated as we wait for Coach Green to join us here. Thomas, just your thoughts on the ball game tonight. I thought Oak Ridge, it was a close ball game. They got up by 10, I think, early in the first quarter. They kind of cut it down to, I think, 5 at one point. And then the Wildcats, I think you're exactly right. When Stafford had the dunk there, it was really a big momentum lifter for the Wildcats and very deflating for the Beavers.
You know, I think Oak Ridge is at their best when they're running and when they're taking it to the basket and attacking. When they can draw fouls, they can kick and get open threes. And I walked in the ball game, I was a little bit late, and Oak Ridge was up like 26-24 or something. And from that moment on, it's like they put their foot down, put their foot on the pedal and just turned it loose. I don't know. I really do think Oak Ridge is at their best when they're running and gunning. And I feel like that's what Aaron Green has brought here in his almost 10 seasons of being the Wildcats head coach.
Winningest all-time coach now with 266 career wins.
Wow. I never would have guessed that. I would have thought it would have been Jeremy or Coach Carringer. Jeremy Carringer would have been
him on Tuesday at Halls.
Really?
Yeah, he was number one at that point.
I said Jeremy, I meant Chuck. I was at a red light off Weisgarber Road the other day, and Chuck Carringer was behind me. I noticed it in my rearview mirror. Odd.
But before I forget it, congratulations on your engagement, Thomas.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do that publicly on the air here. So
thanks.
That's really cool.
Thanks.
So let's talk a little bit more basketball here. How many games have you seen this year?
5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
So, and I agree with, here comes Coach Green, but I agree with what you say, that it's a team that's best when they're in transition. I think a couple players that come to mind, I think Preston Turner's playing about as well as I've ever seen him play. And Jonathan Milloway this year is absolutely fantastic.
Well, when I came in here, he hit a 3, and I thought, I haven't seen that often. If he can knock down a 3.
He's the leading percentage three-point shooter on the team.
He's got a great shot.
Yeah.
And he obviously, no one can put a hand in his face. It's super impressive. And I think from the first game I saw Oak Ridge play versus the game I saw him play tonight, they're a different team. And that's a great sign. As a coach, you got to love that, to see improvement not only in the preseason leading up when you're getting to work 3 or 4 hours a day in practice, but to continue throughout the season to see clear steps that my team has gotten better. That's got to be a good thing for Coach Green to look at and see.
And that's what Coach Green's going to say. I mean, that's what he's been telling me actually all season long. I mean, they just get better and better. The depth of this team, I think, is really, really, I mean, you can just see they can continue to bring people off the bench, like the JV one tonight, 82-38. Basically the second team that played in that ball game. So they just got so much depth. And finally, we have a big post player. Let's get this situated here. Coach, you don't have to hold it. Thanks, Thomas. See you, Matthew. Coach, first off, congratulations on the victory tonight over Karns. Big district win for your team, obviously. started out strong, I thought. He jumped out to a 10 or 12-point lead, then they whittled it down. He had a couple missed assignments here that allowed, and I tell you, the Hawkins kid is fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I think our guys are not used to somebody blowing past them, and a lot of times our guys would be caught flat-footed and he'd just zoom on by. But I'm going to go to, I don't know if this is exactly what you think, but when Stafford dunked that ball, the momentum just shifted, and it was like a balloon being let out for the Beavers.
Yeah, I think that got us. That put us up 10 or 12. It was it's definitely a momentum swing. They called timeout. I think obviously Coach Henson was wanting a technical foul. It was probably close.
He was swinging on it pretty good.
That probably, they probably missed that one. Maybe I told Stafford, it's a great play, but you can't hang on the rim like that. He hung on it and he kind of did a chin up too, which but yeah, I mean he's an athletic guy and it was a good play, and I thought that was probably the turning point. But Stewart made some threes early, kind of got us going a little bit. I don't know how many threes we ended up making, but we made several. But again, they've got a record doesn't really indicate, what type of talent they got. Point guard's obviously good. 14 can really shoot it. Greer, I think, said 14. And then, they got the kid inside. It's not bad. He made 2 threes. He's a big body, good-sized kid. He gave Millway a couple, had some trouble with him in there a couple times. But, they were playing for second place, I guess, the other night at Clinton. So not a bad team at all. Good win for us. And, I don't know what the final ended up. We scored 80-something points again. I thought 83 for 2. So I thought we got out in transition. We had, there's a stretch there in the second quarter. We, like you said, we had some missed assignments and fouled a 3-point shooter, gave up a 3 over there we shouldn't have gave up, and, gave them some transition buckets. But overall, it was a good effort.
It was a very physical ball game. They let them play early, and I think, honestly, that was not a good thing because it started to look like it was going to get really chippy down there because they were letting them play. And then I think there was one play down here, I think 25. I don't know why he called the foul. I think he just realized, wait a minute, I'm allowing this to be too physical. And he called something. And, Jeremy got fouled. He was in foul trouble from the beginning. But I think they eventually got it under control, which is always good.
Yeah, typically, that's a different association. Normally they do a pretty good job. They have a tendency to kind of let you play a little bit more maybe than certain crews, and which I like that. I'm in favor of that. But yeah, I mean, we got everybody in, and I hadn't had a chance to really look at stats, but had a lot of guys score, a lot of guys contribute. I was just thinking back in the game, Millway made another 3. I think that's 3 or 4 games in a row that Millway's made a 3, if I'm not mistaken. So that's good, just looking at the score, I think we had, Isaiah had 15. He was sick yesterday and didn't practice. Millway had 11 all in the first half. Didn't get much time. Jeremy had 13. And Kel had 11. Kel made a 3 there in the second half. And Stewart had 8, and all those in the first quarter. So we had 4 guys in double figures, and had Tim Williams had 6. He made 2 threes. Nick had 4. Probably may already went through the stats, but I think we had everybody score, if I'm not mistaken, so that's a good thing.
I don't know about Kai. Did he get in the scoring?
No, Kai did not score. Yeah, Kai did not score.
So he's the only one, but he does other things.
Yeah, he does
when he's in there. So I was talking with Thomas just a moment ago about the depth you guys have. I mean, you all can roll some people in and out. Just watching the JV game, watching those guys play, you won that game by 50 or so, and then those guys come in and hardly miss a beat. Really, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard, sometimes it's, we're going to play the guys we feel like are going to help us give us the best chance to win. When we got a lead like that, it's hard to really, like the last part there, we took Kai out, try to get Stafford back in because it's his home, it's where he came from. But Kai really needs some minutes, and had to get Nick out because had to get Tim back in there because he needed some more minutes. So it's just hard to really. I've learned in coaching there's no way to please everybody. But when you got a big lead like that, you're gonna make sure everybody gets in and try to balance it as much as you can. But knowing there's not really a perfect way to do it.
Coach, road trip tomorrow again. You're at Anderson County, a team that's a little bit better. But, they beat you last year. You beat them already at once this year, 30, 40 points or so at the Wildcat Arena. But it's not about really the scoreboard, I don't guess. It's about your team getting better.
Yeah, that's a challenge, especially when you win handily when you play somebody first. These are kids, and, they, trying to get them ready to go. And, it's a game. Anybody can beat you on any given night. That's the way I look at it. Obviously, we're more talented than Anderson County, and but again, they'll play hard. Coach Wallace does a good job, and we got to be ready to go. Like you said, they beat us at our place last year, and we were probably more talented, and they beat us, and we got to be ready to play. And like you said, it's about getting better. I'll tell our guys this. They could probably quote it. Every day in practice or game, you either get better or you get worse. You really don't stay the same. So, challenge to get better. Don't pick up don't pick up bad habits, and play the game the right way. And that's regardless if you're playing the #1 ranked team in the state in Cleveland, or if you're traveling to wherever, you got to play a certain way to a standard every night.
Coach, thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, David.
Aaron Green, the Wildcats victorious 83-52. That was the final score. The Lady Wildcats victorious tonight 72-10. So it's kind of a big night for Oak Ridge basketball here. The JV wins by a final score of 82-28. That about does it here from Karns High School. My name is David Clary. Appreciate Thomas Cox resting my voice just a little bit. Got 2 more ball games tomorrow at Anderson County. I appreciate Thomas. Thomas helped me back in the early 2011 or so, and it's good to see him here, and I appreciate him. Matthew Swigert was up here with him, and our camera personnel. We had Lee Wexler and Christian Rosas Rodriguez, who assures me, and I know he did, got Stafford Shanklin's dunk. And Stafford's going to be texting me before I ever get in the car to go home. And I'll have that posted up for him later. Our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School basketball will be coming up tomorrow as the Wildcats travel to Anderson County to take on the Mavericks. For Lee, Christian, Thomas, Matthew, and this is it. We'll be back tomorrow. So long, everybody. Turn it just a little bit. Turn the camera out on the floor. Yeah. And let's let this go for. Let's let it.